Yo.
My fault.
Oh, we're good, bro. We're good. But yeah, we get into these topics. I guess we could touch on the smaller ones. Well, I guess technically not smaller, but the less details we have about certain topics, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm quite sure in their eyes this is still a big deal.
yeah.
So, um, first we have Big Pun's widow who's opening up another lawsuit against Fat Joe for claims of unpaid royalties, which she feels she's owed. And anybody that doesn't know, Big Pun passed away from a massive heart attack. I believe it was in 2001, maybe even late 2000. Um, so it's been about 20, 21 years. She's suing for $2.5 million, claiming that that's what she's owed. And Terror Squad, I'm about to say Terror Squad loyalties, Terror Squad royalties. Fat Joe is obviously denying this, but um, according to supposed evidence, is leaning like she might actually get paid this time. This isn't her first time suing him. I think he kind of settled out the first time,
Okay.
but this time she's coming back for the rest of what she feels she's owed. Um,
So,
huh?
quick question. That's not like double jeopardy or something? Well, I guess I don't know. Maybe if you settle it out, but maybe I don't know. Maybe he did bad business because I'm about to say it should have been something. If like, all right, we settle, then you can't come back and get me again. You know what
And
I'm saying?
unless this is unless the first time it wasn't for royalties or something,
Right. Okay.
maybe it was just unpaid, you know, old money period or something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if it was royalties that time, then it's definitely double jeopardy. How do you feel about this?
This is unfortunate, man. For a person like Fat Joe who like champions Big Pun, his brother, and all that. You know what I'm saying? As somebody's brother, you should be doing right by him. I'm not saying he 100% isn't, but like you said, if she looking like she might win, then some validity to that. He's not taking care of the fam. You know what I'm saying? That's your brother. You should be taking care of the wife, and so that money going to his kids and all that. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of
Mm-hmm.
unfortunate. And like he's like one of the guys looked up as like one of the guys who stand up guy does good business, and that's kind of crazy. And you go on the verses playing the song, and then you ain't even take care of the family. You ain't paying what you paying your dues.
Yes, and I'm glad you brought the verses up because I didn't watch the verses. Did you?
I went back and retro watched it.
Okay. There was a spot where she actually commented under the video and was saying like negative stuff towards Fat Joe, saying he was a liar and a hypocrite and things of that nature. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So definitely. Now there was an interview. I can't remember what he was on. I'm not sure if it was Drink Champs or one of those type of ordeals. Was a clip where he said he has cutting ties with, you know what I'm saying, the whole Big Pun family thing and things like that. So hopefully stuff like that doesn't come back to bite him in the you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then once you say stuff like that, they bring that up in court. Now you kind of burying yourself, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So hopefully good justice is served, in America, that's another story for another day.
Yeah.
But hopefully if she is owed money, then hopefully she receives it. Because Big Pun is pretty much the reason why anybody knows Fat Joe. You know what I mean? Obviously,
Yeah.
he's had a nice run, but without being ushered in by Big Pun, Fat Joe probably would have flamed out a long time ago. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And definitely just hope they get justice one way or another. Shout out to Big Pun too, by the way. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
So speaking of other, deceased rappers, last Friday, Wiz the Wizard was murdered in, is that South Florida? Jacksonville, South Florida, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, South Florida. The same day as popular rapper Spot him, got him. Was shot 5 times, although he's expected to make a full recovery. Um, do you know anything about Wiz the Wizard?
Not too much outside of that. He was one of Kodak's artists, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, what I'm saying they recently had a falling out. Never really heard his music. This is the only reason why I know of him is because of this falling out. This happened, and it's crazy. Like that whole not trying to put it on Kodak, to saying he had anything to do with this, but that's just my initiation into the rapper.
All
And
right.
like I was saying earlier, like that whole Florida Jacksonville area, man, that thing is like a war zone. So you know what I'm saying, you never know who did it. You know what I'm saying, these guys are like really out there. So could have been other beef he might have had. You know what I'm saying. That's
Facts.
what I was watching from like a little documentary or YouTube video that was a legend. It was like kind of crazy. Like, did you see like the kind of like the overhead picture of the crime scene?
Yes.
And that's just kind of crazy. So like, it's like, damn, like somebody left him to die right there under a yellow tarp. It's like this was like a real hit. You know what I'm saying? A calculated,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about professional hit, but like, you know what I'm saying? But
Hey,
it was kind of crazy.
close enough.
You're right.
Yeah, close enough. Um, wh- uh, it's and luckily, Spot him, got him is going to make a full recovery. But what's up? I know we talked about this a while ago. We're probably going to talk about this again in the future. But these artists, man, we're like, what? Why are they still there?
Yeah. One of the first things I thought of when I heard the story and I heard how the events unfolded. So yeah, like why are you still there? But like these, like you said, these guys are street guys. The little background that Spot 'em got them. You know, the whole popularized beef down in Jacksonville is Young Fulio versus Young and Ace.
Mm-hmm.
So Spot 'em got 'em is more so affiliated with Young Fulio. So these guys are in the street, young. I think he's probably like maybe early 20s or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Some of
But
these guys think they're untouchable, and just to hearing how like somebody might have got the drop on them is this social media stuff. Like people always got to broadcast where they at, what they doing. So
mm-hmm.
allegedly he or somebody around him pointed out that they're at the studio recording, and bam, they know where you at. So he get tailed, and I guess while he's driving his Charger, another car pulls up on him and lets go like 25 shots in the car. He get hit 5 times, and somebody else get hit in both legs. It's like you
Mm-hmm.
gotta move more careful, more diligent if you want to, you know what I'm saying, defy the advice to get out once you made it. You know what I'm saying? You got to move way more diligent than that.
Yeah. I guess, and it's like I've never been like 100% a street nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's like if you're doing this for a better lifestyle, then just go take the better lifestyle once it happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like soon as your song go viral, you fucking with a label or something like that, ask the label to move you out. They'll do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like you're their investment. So whatever they can do to make sure that you can make them money, they'll do it. You know what I mean?
They'll probably fuck you on the other end, but they'll do it though. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah. And then it just depends on what you would rather be dealing with. You know what I'm saying?
saying? Yeah.
At least you'll have a fighting chance on the other end
Yeah. And that's
versus.
the thing that some of these people they could do it. You know what I'm saying? We see them flashing all this money around,
Hmm.
and like some of those junks are like it could be a nice apartment condo somewhere out of town. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
So it's like, but it's like it boils down to them. They gotta want to do it. You know what I'm saying? And then even the reports leading up to this, you know what I'm saying? Spot got him and a whole bunch of other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Where he was involved in a incident with a parking garage attendant, where
Right.
they, you know what I'm saying, broke the thing, the barrier to keep let cars in and out. It was like
Uh-huh.
that prompted the guy to get the tags and put the police on him, and that's when the police pulled up on him, and the guy sleeping with a chopper. Like, why do you want to live like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, kind
Yeah,
of crazy.
yeah, definitely crazy. Not a lifestyle that I will. I mean, obviously, if you're in it, you're in it. But
Yeah,
you gotta think smarter than that.
yeah. I don't know if they just they. It's like people be wanting the best of both worlds. They want the money and stuff, but they don't want the image that comes with, oh, I'm leaving my hood, I'm scared, or, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. Like, man, forget it. You made it, bro. Like, now you're a
Mm,
beacon of hope for like so many others. You probably provide for so many miles. Like, you gotta stay alive, bro. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right. This that that lets you know like a person's mindset, and you know what I mean. Like you
Yeah.
said, once you become a beacon of hope, just do it, bro. Like change the narrative. You know what I'm saying?
It's like only like a few rappers. The biggest one that comes to mind, Chief Keef. Like, it
Right,
seems like that nigga ain't been back to Chicago since.
right.
and,
Like
and no disrespect, he's still alive.
all right. Still living a good life. Like, bro, you earned that. Go live it. You know what I'm saying?
Right, enjoy it, man.
Like you could buy like you got a nice ass house out in California. If you can afford that and you can maintain that, go get it, bro. You earned it.
Right, because I ain't nothing gonna come with it. You're gonna be dead, or you're gonna just be in more legal trouble. Like,
And we see how like almost every month one of these Chicago niggas is getting killed. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
and that's just the big games. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Like,
right. And leading the country in yearly homicides and all that. 500 a year, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So that is rappers just got to do better. Like
yeah. I hope, I pray.
yeah, I know niggas be heavily under the influence with all that drinking and smoking all this different stuff. Um, shit crazy. But see from one couple of rappers since we on the rapper trend. um, like I said, we'll have to gather more information hopefully in the next couple of weeks coming up. But the Nicki Minaj. I gotta figure out what her husband name is, so I can stop saying
I
like,
think Kenneth Petty.
okay, right. Oh yeah, because that's what you say, Queen Mrs. Petty. Yeah. So yeah, Kenneth Petty, good shit right there. I was about to say, I've been feeling kind of disrespectful to cuz not even saying knowing his name and shit. Just keeps
Probably shouldn't even be respectful to this nigga. This nigga's a creep. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, that's just true too. So he's a convicted sex offender, um, rape, sexual assault, the female. She has been on, I guess we'll call it a media run, you know, bringing awareness to the situation as she appeared on The Real to give her side of the story. Why she's waited so long to finally speak up, what gave her the courage to finally speak up, and just how bad Nikki and her husband are really like threatening her and trying to get her to change her story so they can, I guess, get them off the sex offender list. As that they have a kid together, but as long as he stays on that list, he won't be able to do shit like take the kid to school, pick it up from school. I said pick it up. Pick the kid up from school, sports events, you know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
the whole nine that comes with being a parent. He'll be super restricted from all of that. Um Before we get into like the actual substance of the topic, when it comes to like sex offenders and stuff like that, um, first and foremost, do you think like after a certain amount of time they should be able to go to like a take a couple of courses or something and then have a second chance at like a normal lifestyle? Or do you think it should just last forever? Because this did take place in I think 95 or something like that.
Oh, that's a good question, man. I think it should be like based on the person. You know what I'm saying, on the case or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not too severe, because like you can get like a sex offender for something as like little as like pissing on a playground or school or something like that.
Right, right.
But if you like really did like some big wild stuff, I don't know, man. I don't know if you probably should have like a second chance to be around kids and stuff like that. Cause like, you know what I'm saying? You could be saving somebody's life by not letting these people be around. You know what I'm saying? Like
Facts.
some people while everybody don't, people backslide. I don't know if is it worth the risk. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Right.
What do you think?
Um, like you said, I feel like it should be case by case. I feel like if it's something small, like how you said at first, pissing on playgrounds or something like that, I kind of feel like after a certain amount of time, that should just kind of fall off your record. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Um, well, people that sexually offend kids, that's kind of like a life thing. You know what I mean?
right.
I feel like when it comes to like sexually assaulting like females, like in this case, I feel like after a while, especially like this lengthy while, it's been like what, 26 years, 27 years. Technically that's like a life sentence. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like if you murder somebody and you get convicted of life, you get 20, that's 25 years essentially. I feel like since it's been that, they should kind of test him or something to see beforehand. You know what I mean?
yeah,
To see if he deserves like a second chance at being, I guess, quote unquote normal. And it kind of alleviates like people stupidly, because this what they're doing is so stupid if it's true. People stupidly trying to pull out antics like this. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, on his part, it's one thing. But for Nicki Minaj, you're like an icon. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like you're a megastar. Like you can't be a part of no shit like this.
yeah. It makes you wonder, man.
Yeah, wonder what?
Like what's going on? Like, why, like, you this hell bent on defending this guy? You know what I'm saying? You putting everything on the risk for this guy.
Yeah, what you thinking?
Interesting, man. I don't know. I'm like, I'm at like the beginning stage, but it's like it just makes you pause. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like how we always say, she's like such a beautiful chick, one of the baddest chicks in the world. You know what I'm saying? You can have a nice, clean cut guy. You ain't got to worry about none of this stuff.
Oh yeah, well that's that's something completely different because we already know what the average female what they really want.
Yeah, sure.
So not what they need, but what they want. And she's one of the most successful females in the history of females. So she's not going to really abide by what she needs. She's going to get what she wants. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And I don't know. It's just you get emotionally attached to certain people, whether right or wrong people, especially from a female's, at least in my opinion, from a female's point of view, logic tends to go down. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
very true.
yeah, so this you just because we looking at it like sheesh, you literally have everything you want. How can you be so stupid? You know what I mean?
Right.
Because that's damn sure what I'm thinking right now. But how do you feel about the victim? Like you don't have no problem with her speaking up or nothing, do you?
Nah, nah. I
Yeah,
mean, well, like I said, I haven't dove too much into it, but like, if
right,
this is true, yeah, tell your story. You know what I'm saying? I definitely encourage people to tell your story, and I don't be one to like, I don't want to be like, seem like I'm being insensitive to victims, but like, you know what I'm saying? I just be wanting you to do it more sooner too. You know what I'm saying? So you can actually catch these people off their wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like some people wait years, decades, and evidence and stuff, and you know what I'm saying? It'd be harder. It might be harder to convict these people.
right, yeah, and even though technically he's already convicted from this, she's just suing because they keep harassing her and trying to bully her and extort her and whatnot. You know what
Okay,
I
yeah,
mean?
get your money.
You're
You know what
right.
I'm saying?
So, and like I said, I just can't. Like you said a few minutes ago, you just can't believe it. Are you that stupid? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so that we'll see. Like, this is another one of these topics that should be heating up in the next couple of weeks. Um, so I ain't know which direction to go in because when it comes to sexual assault, and this could have easily transitioned into the dark side of the ring.
Yeah, we can go there.
Yeah, and then but on the other end, I was like, since we was talking about somebody getting extorted, that could have easily turned into the Karen
Yeah,
Civil thing too. You know what
that's
I'm
true.
saying?
Whatever topic you want to go to.
All right, so let's say the Karen Civil thing,
Okay.
and then let's just no, let's do Karen Civil now since the wrestling is kind of like more so
That's what I was thinking
sports.
too.
Yeah,
Okay.
it'll be our perfect segue into the rest of the sports and shit. So you can lead us off on the current civil situation.
Okay. So if you haven't been under a rock, what tends to happen with these situations is when one thing goes wrong, it tends to pile on. Like, oh yeah, I got a grievance with this person. I got a problem with this person too.
Mm-hmm.
So forgive me if I'm a little bit off with the events of how it started, but I think I mean the he has been planted long ago, years ago. You know what I'm saying? How Cameron alluded to current civil being a snake.
Mm-hmm.
She allegedly stole money from a acquaintance of his, and you know what I'm saying. This video all day you can look on YouTube where Cameron actually has her on the phone. Like he's like, "Why you do that to my man?" And she was like how much she did earlier with Jason Lee. Like she confessed on the phone. Like she's like, "Man, I gotta get paid. I gotta get mine. I got bills." You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
Cameron tried to let us know a while ago, but of course didn't really do too much. You know what I'm saying? She still was able to become a socialite, influencer, uh, whatever she is. Like nobody really knows her real title. You know what I'm saying? So fast forward to current time. She has a problem with Jason Lee. Jason Lee, owner of Hollywood Unlimited or Unlocked, Hollywood Unlocked, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I'm saying? They had like a kind of a cordial relationship, Jason Lee and Karen, and he wrote a story about her because I think Hollywood Unlocked is like kind of like your baller alert, stuff like that, gossip. So you know what I'm saying? He put a story up, of course, since they kind of cordial. She hit him up to take it down. He took one Joan down. It happened again. He invited her to come on to the show. She wanted to like kind of like pigeonhole the interview, like, oh, we gonna talk about this, that, and the third. We're not gonna talk about this. And you know, he's like one of the guys like, nah, we're gonna talk about whatever we want to talk about. You can answer however you want. But
Mm-hmm.
long story short, so she didn't want to go in there because she couldn't control the interview. So when the show happened again, he posted another story. She asked her to take it down. He wouldn't take it down. And a month goes by, and he gets his page taken down. His IG, and this IG you might think, oh, it's just IG, but he reported he makes like six figures from his IG, which
Mm.
kind of feeds the people on this podcast and other ventures of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So it's a big deal. It's not just your regular IG. You know what I'm saying? It's not his personal junk, which you probably make money on that too. But like, still, it's wrong. You shouldn't be doing that. And long story, I don't want to like make it too long, but he gets a call because they've been
Mm-hmm.
trying to find out who did it. He even asked Karen because he didn't know it was Karen who did it. So he asked Karen, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, she got connections. So can she work her connections, talk to somebody at IG to try to get the page back? So long story short, he finds out from somebody he used to talk to that his little brother was the person who took down the page. And he finds out it was Karen. So he talks to the person, get the receipts, talks to Karen. You know what I'm saying? She comes clean, like, yeah, I did it. You know what I'm saying? You got your ways of doing stuff. I got my ways of doing stuff. So that's their problem. It goes more in depth, but I'm not gonna go too much, make it too long winded.
Okay.
Then you have the issue with Joyner Lucas. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? He allegedly paid her 60,000, I guess, for her services of like getting him popping. And then you had the whole thing. I'm not sure what it was with the Jessica chick. I think it was like just over intellectual property, I guess, like from because I think the podcast that she has with Joe, I think like they were saying she stole an idea from Jessica. And then you had the whole claims that she was kind of finessing money from the Haiti relief.
Right. Right. Um. And if this is, and again, this is all allegedly,
Right. Some
but
stuff she did admit to, like the old Jason Lee thing.
yeah, the Cameron thing. I hate to say this, but again, this is allegedly, but you know, the average person, not even more than likely, people love to steal from these nonprofit organizations. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I'm so reluctant to give. Even though I don't have like a lot to give, but even if I did, I'd be so reluctant. Like, how many times have you heard this story?
All right, all right. So, and you can almost imagine like when every time Haiti has like these super catastrophic problems, these natural disasters, which is quite frequently, people always pour in millions. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And especially like her, you already said with the Cameron situation, she got to eat. Somebody with that mindset is gonna that's a finesser. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Anytime they feel like they can steal money and get away with it, they're gonna do it. Um, with all these other uh stories that you just told, and it's hard to believe that she would come across this other one and be like, you know what, I'm not gonna do this one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I really, uh, this is the world we live in, man.
Yeah.
Like it's eat or be eaten. Apparently, you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Um, People out here, instead of just doing what people paying you to do, you feel like you just got to finesse people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, hopefully she gets what's coming to her. Is anybody like suing her or anything like that?
100%. Yeah. Jason Lee is trying to push to the fullest extent.
Mm-hmm.
Suing her or just legal stuff. Just trying to. He basically want to put her in jail.
All right.
I believe she lost the lawsuit to the Jessica chick.
Okay.
They like I listened to what's that, the Clubhouse conversations,
Mm-hmm.
and they can't really get too much into it because it's still like legal stuff or whatever.
Right.
And I'm not too sure if she's facing any repercussions from the Haiti stuff just yet. But
Not
yeah,
yet.
definitely people are definitely coming after her.
Yeah. Well, that probably gonna take a little while. You know
Yeah.
that's like the government. You know, so they're gonna let everybody else get you out the way first. You know what I'm saying?
Meanwhile, building a big case to probably throw her under the jail.
Yeah, you done cheated everybody else. Let's see what you done did with us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And yeah,
Oh
so
yeah, you just like made me thinking more. So like you said, they probably like probably sent a whole order to her to see what's really going on, trying to cover every single little
oh
thing.
yeah, they once you get caught, all it would take was for one lawsuit to arise. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But you said, like you said, you went Cameron years ago, and Joyner Lucas and Jason Lee, and especially since he got like a nice little platform. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they definitely going. Well, let's go back about 10, 15 years. Let's see what this chick been doing her whole life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you just at that point you just hope you done covered all your footsteps or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Cause Lord knows if you've been doing this type of shit, but you just now getting caught, they gonna bring all of that shit to the forefront.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how it plays out. In the end, it never really pays off to finesse somebody.
Yeah. And then remember when I was like, it kind of ties in to the whole Nikki thing a little bit,
Okay.
because she was, I guess that's another title, she had a publicist of some sort for Nikki. You know what I'm saying? Whatever,
Mm.
like that's like a lot of people use her for, like, you know what I'm saying, damage control and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like she's doing stuff like that, getting people pages taken down. So who knows, you know what I'm saying? And I think somebody alluded to, like, because I think with the whole Jason Lee thing, I think Nikki, I think she had Karen on the phone try to call Jason and trying to get some stuff squared away. So like they was like alleging that Nikki might have gave Karen the 20,000 because that's what the boy got for taking out Jason Lee account.
Oh, okay.
So like I don't know, it's like stuff like that. Nikki might have like funded that or something like that, and you know what I'm saying. Who knows if like Karen is helping her, you know what I'm saying, harass this young lady, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah,
kind of nasty, man. Kind of crazy.
definitely kind of crazy. It's like I wanna love Nicki Minaj so much, but man, she's like forcing you to like she's almost forcing you to realize making you realize that she's corny, and
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Um
sucks. It be like that sometimes, man.
yeah, like it's one of the life is a pretty serious thing, but one of the craziest feelings is like seeing somebody just become corny right in front of your very eyes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that somebody, you know what I'm saying, that you kind of like really mess with, and
Thought so highly of.
yeah, for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying. That sucks. I thought I almost had that happen to me yesterday. Small off
uh,
topic.
okay.
Um,
Hmm.
with the whole with the whole vaccine stuff or whatever. I had seen somebody talk about D.L. Hughley, and that's
Okay.
like one thing I'm proud. Like D.L. Hughley, my favorite comedian, and
Okay.
I'm like one thing I'd be proud of. He hasn't like done nothing. You know what I'm saying? No big wild stuff.
Hmm.
And he kind of like speaks out for the community more so than you know what I'm saying mess up.
All right.
So I seen something in the comment. I think I was like watching like a TikTok or YouTube video or something. I think it was TikTok. And Bam was calling DL Hughley a sellout. I can't believe he did that. And I'm like, oh, I gotta do my research. And so, well, I mean, it's up to interpretation, but like, I guess he was just going hard for people to get the vaccination. So people say he sold out because of that. And I'm like, that ain't enough. That ain't enough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, whatever people believe they should do, just do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that to me, that's not selling out.
Right.
Yeah. Like if you believe you should get the vaccine, then as long as he has the vaccine, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
And then it's like, you can tell people to get the vaccine. Now, if he's like out here, oh, don't get the vaccine, but he got it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Or the
Or
opposite.
yeah, or
Yeah.
vice versa. Then it's like, that's kind of, what's going on here. But,
Right.
but
Right.
nah, you got the vaccine, and it ain't affecting you, or it ain't no side effects or nothing like that, and you feel like it'll be everybody else's best bet, man, nobody got no problem with that, man.
Yeah.
It's
That's
like,
nothing. I'm gonna cancel somebody or something like that for or whatever.
you know what? It's crazy because it's like I guess it's like another form of divide and conquer type thing, but it's like this be so up in arms, and people I've seen people coexist better when some people believe in God and some people don't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you would think that would be like have niggas up in arms and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But people like that can get along. So why the fuck people like this can't get along?
Yeah. It's wild, man.
Yeah, yeah. Like but yeah, that's not. I wouldn't. Hell nah. I love D.L. Hughley too. He was at one point in time he also was my favorite comedian until Dave Chappelle took over.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I ain't know he was your favorite. That's that's all right right there. A lot of people don't
Yeah.
like him, yo.
Yeah, yeah, we've always had them conversations and stuff like that about like why or whatever. But it's like I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. With me, majority of the time, regardless of what people may think, you know what I'm saying, how we joke about the sports thing, I'm loyal. You know what I'm saying? Like so, D.L. Hughley was like one of the first comedians that I really, really, you know what I'm saying. Not saying he was the first one I saw, but he's like the one I really took a liking to.
All right,
And with
right,
his
right,
comedian style, like not saying he was the first person to do it, but he's like the first person I noticed to like Joan and stuff on people like that. He
all
was like
right.
funny regular, but then he started Joan on niggas. I'm like, man, that's what we do outside. So
Mm-hmm.
like Rasheed Wallace, that's like one of the first basketball players I take a liking to.
All right, all
So
right.
he's my favorite, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
so on and so forth, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Same here. So it's like around that time, I was like D.L. Hughley, and another like one of my crazy favorites was Bill Bellamy and shit. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, around that time, like yeah, that's just. But if you don't really follow the masses, then you know how that is. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
So it God forbid you be different. That's a whole another problem and shit.
Uh-huh.
So speaking of different, I guess since we did the Karen Civil thing, we gotta go into this dark side of the ring. Um, this has been an ongoing, I guess you can kind of call it a docu series where they cover different wrestlers of the past and show you the not so glory side of their lives as far as like being a wrestler, whether it was at the workplace, how that changed their family livings and things like that. Um, you know what I'm waiting for with this dark side of the ring shit, right?
what you waiting on?
They have to do a Chris Benoit, though.
They didn't already?
I don't think they did.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
don't think.
if they didn't do it already,
Yeah,
they
that they
definitely need to.
if they did it, I just need to go watch it. But if they didn't, they have to do one of these.
They done hit some of the like the big stories. Bars and some
Mm-hmm.
ones we don't know, like the Owen Hart one. Knight was telling me about the China episode and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, and they had a Shawn Michaels Jones. But all of these will pale in comparison, in my opinion, to the latest Dark Side of the Ring episode, which was full of controversy and has since caused so much backlash and outcry. This is what was it called? The plane ride from hell.
yep,
So now, of course, this is the previous, basically the Attitude Era wrestling, and this is about 90-ish, 2000-ish. So the personalities were way different. Wrestling was way different. A lot of testosterone on this flight. A lot of iconic figures on this flight. A lot of, but that's plenty of ego. You know what I'm saying? And
hmm
all these guys that we're about to talk about probably felt like they were above the law. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So this is has to do with sexual assault in the flight attendants with big name wrestlers including Scott Hall. Oh, I should say Tommy Dreamer first, since he's the wrestler of the. Well, he kind of was. He had the backlash. But Scott Hall, Ric Flair. I kind of feel like I'm missing somebody too. The Brock Lesnar thing was separate.
yeah. I'm about to
We'll
say
get
that's like
to.
the only two I know of that I can remember. Maybe did
Yeah,
something with the attendant.
yeah.
Everybody else is just wilding.
Okay, I'm just all right.
Could be
Cool.
wrong, but
Right. All
and
right.
like I said,
Cool.
like it could be a whole bunch of stuff we don't know.
You know
It's
about
like
you
that's
just
yeah.
you just get that feeling like that. I think I'm missing somebody.
Yeah, because like
He,
when they just list the people that was there, like I said, there was like a pretty big pay per view and a big tour. There's
right.
like a lot of names I didn't hear nothing about.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So I'm not even. I don't. When it comes to the actual actions, when we're not going to like go word for word on what really the fuck happened. But basically, these niggas is like sexually assaulting flight attendants and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And before we get into like that in itself, of course, we had Tommy Dreamer with the classic. This will go down as like if his career is over, which we both think it is. This is going to go down as the classic line, the iceberg to his Titanic of defending these heinous actions of saying boys will be boys.
yeah,
Um, that's an interesting statement because what kind of mindset do you have to say some shit like that, knowing that these niggas was just wilding out on these females, on this female. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like they, from his statement versus their actions, they're almost treating her like she's not even human.
right.
You know what I mean? How you feel about like what happened basically?
Man, it was nasty. Yeah, it was nasty, and like it's nasty as it was. I'll say, and when you think about it, and you think about the times, like I said, it was a different times. It's not surprising.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said that because like he's not the first person to say that. Like a lot of people echo that iconic statement. boys will be boys. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's the type of stuff he's just oblivious to. Like that's what like people shouldn't talk because like you know what I'm saying. It's a whole different time and climate. It wasn't right back then. It's definitely not gonna fly now. That's why he's dealing with what he's dealing with now. He
Mm-hmm.
wasn't even aware that what he was doing was like wrong. What they were doing was wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just crazy, you know. It's just crazy. Glad we, you know what I'm saying, progress and hopefully we continue to keep progressing and get past that because, like, nobody shouldn't be subjected to that. Like she said, she's just a lady trying to provide for her family, her daughter, and to be succumbed to that at work on that super long flight, I know that jump probably felt like forever, man.
Mm-hmm. And so also, um, it was a tidbit on this episode.
Oh, yeah. I think
I,
I know you about to say.
yeah, I had to segue into Brock Lesnar. I think her name was Terry Reynolds.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay. So there was a moment between them two where she was saying that Brock had sexually assaulted her and whatnot. And it's interesting because now Tommy Dreamer has been, you know, suspended indefinitely without pay. Probably going to be fired.
Oh.
Um, Ric Flair, like you were saying earlier, off air. Everybody knew he was just about to go to AEW, but he hasn't made that appearance yet. So maybe this has something to do with it, like you were suggesting. But what about Brock Lesnar, man? Brock Lesnar is, I, I guess you could say he's still in his physical prime, unlike these other guys where Ric Flair is like 70 something, Tommy Dreamer's like 50 something, if not 60. Um, Scott Hall, we don't even have to say nothing about him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Brock Lesnar is still $1 million draw, if not more. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And he's gearing up for a crucial run right now as WWE's trying to combat AEW and the ratings, and they're doing like they're setting up. There's a pay-per-view this Sunday actually.
It is? Dang.
Yeah,
That's quick.
yeah, Extreme Rules.
Yeah.
So that's where we'll get Finn Balor versus Roman Reigns. But quickly after that, I don't think quickly, but I think like in 2 or 3 weeks, we have the Crown Jewel pay-per-view, which will see Roman Reigns take on Brock Lesnar. Whether it's for the title is to be determined after this weekend's events. You know what I mean? But how do you feel about everybody allegedly taking on some form of punishment? Meanwhile, I'm not gonna say coincidentally, but you know, sometimes we kind of be on our conspiracy type thing. Meanwhile, his part of the story is completely flying under the radar as he's gearing up for a major money making match next month. What do you feel about that first?
Oh man, you kind of I wouldn't even think about that. You know, you kind of just laid a bombshell on me. Pause. Like it's wow. It definitely should be getting way more attention than what it's getting. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not connected with the Twitterverse. You said it's not really getting that much attention. It should be getting just as much attention as because that's nasty. And it's like kind of crazy, bro. It's like you're in there with her ex husband. Granted, you know what I'm saying, they're not together, but like, damn, Dusty, you can't, you know what I'm saying, defend your ex and nothing like that. Like, against something like that, kind of crazy. But I don't know. He probably wasn't a part of goddamn, bro.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah, but
man, that's just nasty, man.
Brock now is crazy. So Brock 20 years ago, he's still crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like physical specimen, and he was actually like into like the mixed martial arts shit for real. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So it ain't a situation where it was like, you know, back when WCW was in its prime, Goldberg looking like this unstoppable force, but then backstage Chris Jericho beating him up. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah, like, it wasn't no shit like that. Like this nigga was actually an unstoppable force. You know what I mean? Like he's flipping the tractor wheels and he's like beating on niggas for real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe Dusty just made a business decision. But yeah, it's just like I said. I don't want to say it's a coincidence, but
It's interesting.
like, come on, like how's he just flying under? Like, I get it. At least I get Ric Flair. Like, I get his name being thrown around because it's legendary Ric Flair, and I get Scott Hall, Razor Ramon,
They killing
NW.
Scott?
Nah, but his is different because he's not nowhere anyway,
Right, yeah.
and he's not in no public. And he doesn't have no show. He's not making no appearances. He's laying low. Like Tommy Dreamer was actively in TNA. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah,
And
okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
and
Brock
Rick,
is active. Yeah.
right? And Ric Flair's like, he left WWE, but he's still popping up in like different events and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And plus, he's Ric Flair, so it's like he's in music videos. Niggas are quoting his name, his little sayings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like Brock covers all those. He's checking all those boxes,
And nothing.
and nothing. He's the most active out of. Well, I won't say he's the most active out of everybody, but out of all of them, besides Tommy Dreamer, he's active. At
Yeah.
least now he is. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so no fine, no, you just gonna act like this ain't happening or what? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah.
I
So
wasn't
those,
even thinking about that until you brought it up on the pod.
yeah, I would just be thinking, you
I
know.
thought you was about to say something else, like a different tidbit.
Oh no, I was about to get to the Undertaker next,
Okay.
but because a few months they was asking the Undertaker how to compare locker rooms now versus back in the Attitude Era, and he was saying the Attitude Era locker room was better. Men was more men back then. He's like niggas now just don't do nothing backstage, play video games and having fun with each other and stuff like that. And then all of this starts to come out, and it's like, well, was you a part of this? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Mark Calloway.
yeah, like, and if you wasn't a part of it, was you condoning it?
Definitely had to be complicit with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Cause like, what else were you talking about? Like, what else you want niggas to do? You know what I'm saying?
right. And I kind of figure I'll throw out this. This isn't nothing positive either, but I'll throw out this tidbit that there's nothing you could tell me to change my mind on the fact that I'm almost 100% sure in the Attitude Era, niggas was also doing drugs backstage.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
they was doing it on the plane. Like
Yeah,
the lady
right.
said, they found like syringes and all that, and I think they alluded to Dusty taking bumps or something like that.
Oh yeah. See, so it's like that. Doing drugs and raping, like raping females and shit like that. Like that's what you want niggas to be doing nowadays or something. You know what I'm
Yeah, yeah,
saying?
that's just nasty. Like that's like another thing. Like people just don't know when to shut up. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I guess
Like
they trying to be like super machismo, but it's just that toxic masculinity stuff, man.
yeah, and it's like, bro, all you had to say was, I prefer my locker room back in the day versus now, but these guys, it's just different times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, at least, like you said off air, at least the niggas playing the video games, they got the chicks to consent to the shenanigans that they doing. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Like
Like,
that's another thing. That's what I thought you was about to allude to, like a RVD let over tidbit. You know, so I forgot what they was calling the genre or the actual name was. They was saying like H bombs and stuff like that. And
mm,
they were saying like how they was getting like local girls, you know what I'm saying, drugging them and having their way with them and stuff. So who knows what they was doing like the other, you know what I'm saying, maybe other female superstars and stuff like that. Cause like it was like a emphasis on this doc. It was like do not leave your drink unattended and all that. You know what I'm saying?
right,
So
right.
who knows what was going on, man. It was like a
Mm-hmm.
lot of little hotties and all that back then.
Facts. So definitely seemed like it was just no holds bar, no pun intended, back in the day. with these. This your view on like I ain't gonna say WWF in general or WWE in general, but does your view on like wrestling change at all? At least back then.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, not maybe not more so the on screen product, but just the how could it not? You know what I'm saying? Dealing with like some of these people like that you probably liked, or you know what I'm saying. We grew up idolizing some of these people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then to hear like so like you said like or the DL Hughley thing, like some of these people like seeing that some of these people might be scumbags and stuff like that, like kind of is it should affect you some way. You know what I'm saying? If you're being objective and you have a heart, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like probably one of the biggest Ric Flair fan was like it kind of made me sour on him. Scott Hall was one of my favorites. Not too surprised. We already knew about his abuse. I mean, not his substance abuse stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, man. Kind of
Yeah,
crazy, man.
definitely.
It
So,
makes you wonder. Like, well, it makes my mind wonder. Like when I hear something
hey,
like that, I know this is just the tip of the iceberg. You know what I'm saying?
right. And dealing with Dark Side of the Ring, it ain't no telling what's coming next either. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they've been doing a fantastic job as far as like covering these like stuff that you wouldn't even imagine.
Hopefully they can continue to do it. Hopefully ain't no games about to be coming with it, like you said, because people don't play fair. So I don't know
Oh yeah, of course,
if
of
people
course.
got invested. Like, well, maybe if something was to happen to Brock, who knows if WWE and this man, you know what I'm saying? They try to do something to try to silence people. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that definitely bears keeping an eye on the McMahon Empire. See how they would strike back if any problems were to arise, but I don't know. So far, it seems like it's smooth sailing.
saying? Yeah.
So we'll see. Um, so aside from that, we then got into all the non-sports. Well, technically that was sports. So before we dive into like the meat of the sports talk that we were going to get into, I did want to touch on the whole J. Cole practicing with the Orlando Magic. I know you've seen the pictures or whatever. And I'm a huge J. Cole fan, by the way. So yeah, I'm not being like biased against the nigga or anything. Like even you know how big of a J. Cole fan I am. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So I just want to give my tidbit on why I don't like this. Um, as a J. Cole fan, I like it. You know, your one of your favorite artists is out here chasing his dreams. Had a stint overseas trying to play professional basketball, did it for a little while. And now he's trying to, practice with the creme de la, professionals anyway. Like, Magic and creme de la creme. You know what I'm saying? But professionals anyway. But from the basketball fan perspective, I don't like this. And I'm going to tell you why. Imagine being a Magic fan right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm not a Magic fan, but let's just go through a quick rundown of what's been happening with the Magic over the last 2 years.
Okay.
So the Magic have been a perennial playoff team the last few years. 7 and 8 seed, if I'm not mistaken. Now they've been bounced in the first round both times. They didn't make the playoffs at all last year, by the way. So the two previous years before that is what I'm talking about. Um, since the two playoff exits, they basically let any ounce of talent that they had go. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, Evan Fournier, they traded him to Boston, and he's now gone on to New York. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, Vucevic traded him in Chicago. Vucevic is a walking triple double at the center position. I feel like he's like the Eastern Conference version of Jokic almost. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And obviously they drafted Cole Anthony, who's going to be a good player. They brought in Markel Fultz, and when healthy, he's a great player. Um, but as a Magic fan, like, bro, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, unless he's just in town and he's like, oh, he just want to run drills with y'all or something like that. That's one thing. But bro, y'all niggas is giving away niggas, and this is who y'all bringing in. Like it's niggas out here that's qualified to be on these rosters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when we see like Isaiah Thomas, oh, he trying out with the Warriors. Like why y'all not bringing him in?
Right.
Or these other people? Like why are you bringing in celebrities, bro? Like y'all are at the bottom of the fucking conference. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if Charlotte did this, he's from Carolina, so I would get it, bro. Y'all don't have nothing to do with that man. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like, bro, focus on making the team better, bro. Like, this ain't the type of shit I want to see. This shit is making me think that even though we're about to be super trash, y'all still trying to do shit for shock value. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Cole, we support you. We, love your music and all that, bro. But we can't do that right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we need to focus on really getting a grip on this team. What am I thinking too deep? How you feel about it?
I don't know. If that's, I mean, if everything you're saying is right, then yeah, I 100% agree with you. I just didn't know to the extent of the visit. Like I said, I didn't know. I didn't know if he's trying out or not. You know what I'm saying? They bring him in for an actual workout. I didn't know if he was just like messing around. Maybe he's cool with somebody on the team or something like that, and they just playing maybe some pickup games or something like that. But if he's like actually trying out, I feel you. You know what I'm saying? That goes back to my whole thing of like I believe certain franchises don't really care about winning; they care about just making money. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
that would be like a draw to make money. Like, oh, J. Cole playing with the Magic. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Like you said, you got way better talent out here. You know what I'm saying? Niggas got to go overseas and all that. And I'm pretty sure they're more of a bucket than J. Cole is. Like you said,
All
he
right.
no disrespect to J. Cole, but he played in a lesser league and like averaged what like a point if that, 2 points if that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. So yeah, it just if I was a Magic fan, I would not be happy at all. That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying. Like I feel, and especially both of us, we fake get trolled a lot because of like our football teams. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And the choices of leaving one team for another team, and you say you're not loyal or this and that. But this be prime examples why. You know what I'm
yeah. This
saying?
stuff I gotta be loyal to. You know what I'm saying? Like, come
Right.
on, man.
Like I'm if I was a Magic fan, somebody's supposed to tell me, like me telling you, all right, Eli, you like this team. We're gonna trade away your two best players, and then we're gonna have celebrities practicing with us though.
Yeah, yeah. Not a good look.
Right. And then it's like, remember when the season first ended, right? Before the season even ended. Remember the first round when Boston was playing Brooklyn?
Mhm.
And I was like, it's crazy to see like other teams just making a bunch of trades and niggas and other niggas not even trying.
Yeah,
Like I ain't saying the shit gotta work. All I'm saying is a nigga just gotta try.
right. Yeah,
Like this is the shit I be talking about. Cause how many moves then got made this offseason?
it's been a lot. There's been a lot
Like
of moves,
it's been a
man.
lot of what are you doing? Like how are you not trying? Like what
It was a
like
nice free agent pool and everything.
right. And it's like I tell people about I was like, I know niggas is not gonna be big on Brad Stevens. I might not be big on him either. But the niggas trying.
Yeah,
Like the nigga understand what he got ain't gonna work. So it's easy to try something else. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So when it comes to like cheering for teams, niggas put like a lot of money into that shit.
Yeah,
You might not go to
money
every
and like emotionally invested in all that stuff, man.
yeah time. Like you probably don't you got jerseys. You done been to some games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like eventually you just tired of that shit.
yeah. It's like stuff be unexcusable. Like how like I used to always, you know what I'm saying, harp on Cowboys not effectively fixing their defense. And there's certain positions like they haven't had a good safety since Darren Woodson. Like Darren Woodson retired so long ago. Like how aren't you able to get not one prospect You know what I'm saying? Cornerbacks. You had probably one good cornerback since Dion and them left. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's like it'd be unexcusable. But you can turn over wide receivers, running backs, and you know what I'm saying, just like that. Like how we talked about, like how the Chiefs had a problem with the offensive line in the Super Bowl, and not even a season right there. The next following all season revamped the whole
The whole
offensive line,
like, bro, like,
and
look,
we didn't even
the
have a lot
Super
of money.
Bowl, the Super Bowl ended, and before that, the first full week of nothingness, they made moves.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, that's how you could tell. Now, even if the shit didn't work out, it looked like it's gonna work out, but even if the shit didn't work out, like,
that's the effort.
that's the ever, like, a nigga, like, when Boston got put out the playoffs, and the next day niggas was making changes, I was like, see, that's what a nigga want to see. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, like, all that shit when niggas be saying the right thing, but then don't be doing nothing. Like, nah, niggas are tired of saying that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just being a fan of some teams. I know it's tough. Luckily, Orlando got other shit you can have fun with: Universal Studios, Disney World. You know what I'm saying? Not too far from the heat.
Good
The
weather and all that.
little boardwalks and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So you know, still luckily, luckily Tom then came to Tampa Bay, so Florida in general could have some type of, you know, bright spot in football and shit.
Hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, I just wanted to touch on that J. Cole shit
Yeah,
like that.
that was good stuff.
Yeah. Other than that, we can get into the want to do the football reviews and then just say the URL for last.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I almost forgot about the URL.
Yeah, summer misatness.
Summer man is coming.
All right.
Concede is still ducking.
So you want to do it how we did last week? I run down the week 2 results, and then you do the week 3 previews and shit.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's a Betsky like Wayne Gretzky, as Gucci would say. Um, so week 2 kicked off exactly 1 week ago today. Crazy how we added again. Um, saw the Washington football team defeat the New York Giants by 1 point, 30-29. In which a game that was handed to the Giants on a silver platter, but the Giants said no, thank you. We don't like silver.
OWs.
Yeah, so y'all take this back.
Ill.
Yeah. um, Before we get to the crazy finish, I just want to say that Daniel Jones seems to have these games X'd on his calendar because this is when he shows up the most every time, right?
Yup, against the Redskins. Yup. I had it like before we I think like right after we concluded the last podcast, we found out that he was undefeated against the Redskins
Yeah.
or the football team going into this game.
And he tried his hardest to keep that trend going. And because he had plenty of passing yards and a bevy of rushing yards. He was looking like almost Steve Young-ish. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But then it came down to the Giants taking a 29-27 lead and inexcusably letting the Washington football team travel way down the field, getting into field goal range in a short amount of time. Not a big fan of prevent defense, but sets up a potential game winning field goal in which the kicker initially missed. But because one of the Giants defenders was offsides, not only did he get a re-kick, they got 5 yards up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Leads to the kicker making it. Washington steals this game from the Giants. Giants give this game away. Me, I didn't blame the players specifically. I blame more so of the coaching staff. You got to have your guys prepared for these kind of moments. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Um, Guys jumping off sides, it happens. But when it comes down to who's jumping off sides, the guy lining up directly over the football should never jump off sides.
Right.
Bro, you're looking at the football, bro. You're right over top of the football. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying?
My man, trying to get that extra jump time and assault, man.
Bro, what
Beat the
are you
diva.
right? What are you doing? That's coaching to me. Like, I don't know. You have anything to say about this game before we move on?
Yeah, a few things, man. Like you jumped on the coach and stuff of it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like I felt Saquon should have got more involved with the jump.
Correct.
But I mean, I'm not gonna like I put on my status the other day. I'm not gonna crown him yet, but I will give my hats off to Daniel Jones. He played way better than I thought he would play. You know what I'm saying? I'm not big on Daniel Jones at all, but he was throwing some throws. You know what I'm saying? People dropped it with touchdown with a Buddha's game wide open.
Oh right, right. Oh
Uh,
yeah. Oh yeah.
you
Right.
know what I'm
That oh my
saying?
god.
He
Yeah.
had the incredible run that got called back. Another
Yep.
play that could have blew the game wide open. So he was out here. He was out here willing and dealing,
Yeah.
putting his body on the line, trying to will them
Nah,
to victory.
nah,
But
nah,
it's just
but is it?
the
But is it?
discipline and the coaching, like you said.
But
Go ahead.
but is it because it was Washington though? You know how he plays against them.
Right, it could be good at, like I said, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not going full in yet, but I mean, I do know this stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I was thoroughly
And
pleased by watching it. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause like I said, maybe because my thoughts of Daniel Jones is just super, super, super low. So I mean, like I said, I gave me just due, man.
okay, it's cool. That's cool. So next on the list we had the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Chicago Bears, and what was lackluster, nothing really to talk about. My boy Joe Burrow, one of his worst outings as a professional through three interceptions, and which would be a lot of these young quarterbacks did last week. Um, we saw I was about to say Ryan Fitzpatrick, Andy Dalton, the Red Rocket, get hurt in what was initially feared to be a torn ACL, turned out to be just a knee sprain. It was a bit dramatic on Andy Dalton's part, but okay. Justin Field comes in, takes over for the rest of the game, and the Bears eke out a 20-17 victory. Justin Fields has been named the starter, allegedly, until Andy Dalton gets healthy. But I think we both think he's here to stay.
Hopefully, you know what I'm saying. Like you gotta seize this opportunity. You know what I'm saying. You gotta make this
Mm-hmm.
decision impossible as hard as possible for them to go back to Andy Dalton. You gotta go ahead and ball him, man.
Mm-hmm. And I think he will. And hopefully the coach doesn't get in the way.
All right.
Because I feel like Matt Nagy is on the hot seat. And they might force you into a bit of a panic. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So we'll definitely see how that is going forward. My man Joe Burrow, man, sloppy game.
Yeah, that
You
was crazy. I think he did. It was like back to back to back, right? Or something like
yeah,
that.
three straight pass attempts were all interceptions.
Sheesh.
That's crazy.
A pick six and some more.
The last quarterback to do that was Ryan Fitzpatrick about 3 years ago. So that was crazy. Hopefully that was just he hadn't had a bad game as a pro. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
it's gonna happen. Like
Yeah.
some of your best quarterbacks, maybe not back to back to back, but they're gonna have like some high interception games. Just can't make a habit of it.
Facts. So next we had Houston Texans versus the Cleveland Browns, and Cleveland Browns looking to rebound from the L that they took against Kansas City, in which they did. Albeit maybe costly. Jarvis Landry hurts his knee in this game. He's going to be out a few weeks. Also, Tyrod Taylor got hurt in this game, which will be another topic of last week, is quarterbacks getting hurt. A lot of them getting hurt, and the ones who weren't hurt and young threw a lot of interceptions. That pretty much sums up last week.
Yeah, rough day
So,
for quarterbacks, man.
yeah. Right. Um, anyone say anything about this game?
Nah, not too much. Baker was one of the quarterbacks who got hurt, ended up coming back, and
Right.
still willed them to victory.
Facts.
Sucks that you're not gonna have Jarvis. 'Cause I think you need Jarvis, but might force you to more so lean on that running game when you got two running backs.
which they need to do anyway.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Like I see Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt had great days that day. 11 carries for 95 yards. That's 8.6 yards average.
Hmm.
Kareem Hunt, you know what I'm saying? 13 carries for 51. Not so great, but still that's still effective for your second punch, for your one
Right,
two punch. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
of
That's
course.
yeah. But that's
And
almost 4 yards a carry. So that's like almost a half a first down. You know what I'm saying?
correct. And also tidbit from the game, Tyrod Taylor was hurt. He will be out tonight, so we'll have Davis Mills getting the start for Houston. Feel bad for Tyrod, man. Of course, people already think this is the end of his tenure in Houston because they alluded to the fact that the last two times he got hurt, the quarterbacks to take over were Baker Mayfield and Justin Herbert. So if Davis Mills follows this trend, Houston has his next franchise quarterback.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah. Deshaun Watson is still a healthy scratch. It says undisclosed reasons, even though we kind of all already disclosed the reason. You know, they're keeping him healthy in case they decide to pull off some type of mega deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, other than that, you'll cover that Houston game because they play tonight actually. So you'll cover that one once we get to week 3. Leading up to the LA Rams versus the Indianapolis Colts. This is one of the games I streamed, and looks like the Rams are going to put this one away early before allowing the Colts to go on a late surge, actually taking the lead, and then eventually time the game up with the Rams winning by a field goal. Um, it's only 2 weeks into the season, but a few of these games, teams kind of jump out on teams super early, then kind of take their foot off the brake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you end up playing a way harder game than you have to. And this was one of those games. Luckily, the Rams would still pull this one out. Sending the Colts to 0-2. Colts need to win some games, man, because if they're gonna be on Hard Knocks, man, we don't want to see no 0-5, 0-6 niggas on Hard Knocks. You know what I'm saying?
Then now that you say it, man, it might be like a lot more drama, man. You know what I'm saying? That losing breeds toxicity, man. So it might
That's
be
what
must see
we.
TV or something.
Okay, yeah, you say it like that, I would check it out. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, it ain't no Jacksonville type of losing where niggas just cool, calm, and collected about it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Trevor Lawrence and type niggas and shit.
man. It's like another game where quarterback got hurt. Cause wasn't able to finish the game. Sprained two of his ankles. I said two of his ankles. Both his ankles.
Right, which was bizarre because he did it on the same play. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And I want to say like last week, this is like one of the games I was like, man, hopefully Carson Wentz can walk out of this game. Like I said,
Yeah,
because he was already injured, banged up. They got a not so good of an offensive line, and then you dealing with like one of the most scary off defensive linemen in Aaron Donald, man.
facts. This is and scary he is, and then once you realize that you got Jalen Ramsey on the outside, who did get an interception in this game, and these linebackers, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Um, the rookie Jacob Eason, which he's pretty decent in college, nice big arm kid. Seemed like he was pretty smart. You know what I mean? Made some good decisions, and be interested to see how they did say it was a chance that I'm about to say Andrew Luck. I don't know why I keep saying Andrew Luck. I keep thinking Luck and shit. Carson Wentz could make the start this weekend, and we'll just have to see. But if not, I guess the rookie with the big arm have to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So speaking of big arms, Buffalo Bills versus the Miami Dolphins, and Josh Allen, the big arm Buffalo quarterback. This was a runaway beatdown. 35 donut. Tua got hurt in this game. Unfortunate for him. Another injury to Tua, so Jacoby Brissett had to take over. Filled in I guess decently. You don't get time to prepare. Did as best as he could, even though it didn't matter. They didn't score or anything like that. um, two things about this one. What do you feel about Tua being hurt again? And how long do you feel like he could last?
It sucks. Sucks that he's hurt, and I don't know, man. I don't know how much longer he can last. Hopefully, like I said, I don't want to push nothing bad upon him. Like same thing with Carson Wentz. Like man, like injury prone people, man. I hope they can last, but like at this rate, man, it's not looking too good.
Right.
And we got like some messed up ribs.
Yeah. Broken couple of broken ribs. So I guess they're gonna wait for them that to heal up as best as they can, and then it'll just be a pain tolerance thing. I'm guessing for him.
Be out there with the little the Roman chest protector joint.
Yeah, it's the Tony Romo jump. Mm-hmm.
Kevlar.
So definitely interested to see like how that situation works out. I already was leaning towards. I know the Dolphins was kind of trying to sneak away to get Deshaun Watson. I feel like after Tua got hurt again, I feel like they're probably trying to do that a little bit more frequently than people think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, which brings us to next game: Patriots versus the Jets. Let's see Mac Jones get his first win as a professional quarterback at the Jets' expense. So Zach Wilson threw 4 interceptions. Um, tough day for this team. Not really too much to say about it other than Patriots played great against a bad team, which is what they normally do. And I think you even said last week that Bill Belichick has a great track record against young QBs, so
Mm-hmm.
that continued on. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, not really too much to say from this. You got anything you want to add?
Nope. I was just gonna bring up that tidbit that you covered it for me. That's
Mm.
not too much to say, man. Good. He got his first win, man. Hopefully, first of many.
Mm-hmm. Which brings us to back to a little bit further. Let's see, New York. I guess a little bit further down the East Coast. Philadelphia Eagles versus the San Francisco 49ers. Um, this one, not a little bit of lackluster, you know what I mean? But 49ers were able to eke out this win 17-11, despite 3 of their running backs getting hurt. um, Jimmy G played solid. Didn't have any Trey Lance packages this entire game. It was all Jimmy G. That's a good thing, I guess. Um, Jalen Hurts kind of struggled, kind of did good too. Had a big play where a receiver kind of dropped the pass. Who knows how that game could have turned out with that? But how do you feel about this game?
Yeah, like you said, it was like kind of like lackluster, underwhelming, and like you mentioned, like the drop pass, and then the long pass they did. Cole got in the red zone and didn't get no points from it.
Right.
Who
What?
knows how this game would have turned out? Maybe if you get some points there, if not the touchdown, at least a field goal or something like that. Because they lost 17-11.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I'm saying. Could have made it more interesting. Maybe gives you a boost to maybe be that close to the. I don't know. Just like you said, just an underwhelming game.
Yeah. Um, that brings us to Las Vegas versus Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh takes this L 26-17. Didn't see the highlights from this game, but by all accounts, an indication was according to the press conference from John Gruden, Derek Carr played well. Um, Pittsburgh struggling offensively. I think a lot of people are starting to point to Big Ben as maybe the problem here. You feel like it's time for Big Ben to retire or give it up?
Yeah, I've been thought that. What I'm saying is like they had like the false reality last year. They had like a hot start, went off to like 11-0 or something
Yeah,
like that,
11,
10 and
11
0 or
0, I
something like
think.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying. Always thinking, man, if I get this, that, and the third, maybe we can make another run. But yeah, it's that time. I've been through it. You know what I'm saying? He always kind of allegedly had like the noodle arm. He ain't got what it is. He used to be
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. But you let it off good because I want to have a conversation with you.
Okay.
This probably be a short conversation.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you mentioned, Derek Carr had a great game. This
Okay.
game, he had a great week one.
Mm-hmm.
So in the little group conversation, group chat that I'm in, my homie's a Raiders fan. And I was like
Okay.
a little bit shocked, even though he's a Raiders fan, he's not that type of fan who's like super biased from me knowing him for like almost a decade or so. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So he brought up the fact that Stephen A was like kind of crapping on Derek Carr and pumping up Aaron Rodgers. And so it all me talking to my homie Knight, and it kind of like, and they were even talking about it on what's that, First Take or whatever.
Okay.
Do you think Derek Carr is a top 10 quarterback in the league?
Top 10.
Yeah, top 10 quarterback in the league.
Um, let me scout the league right quick. I wouldn't say top 10, but he's top half though.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's not top 10. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I can get top. Yeah.
He's solid though. Don't get me wrong. He's solid. He's great.
Yeah.
But it's like nothing he's done that he should be getting like super praise. Okay, not head off for some good games, but like he's been in the league for like 7-8 years now.
Right.
You should be showing us more. Like I was talking to Night, he's like he got that fire, and I'm like, bro, like that's something we should be saying the first couple years. Like
Mm-hmm.
at week 7, year 8, year 7. Like let me run down. He has no Super Bowl rings. Not going to fall for
Mm-hmm.
that. No playoff wins. No MVPs. One winning record. No division banners. Why are they praising this guy?
One thing that I will praise him for. It's not like accolade based, and like what you're saying is true. But over the course of like last year and these first couple of games, I did praise him for like playing well under the circumstances of knowing your team don't really want you there.
Okay, yeah. I'm cool. Like I said, I
Yeah,
have no
something
problem
small
with
like
him.
something small like that. But all the other stuff is true though.
But like like I said, I wouldn't even bring him up. Like he's not a person that would be on my radar. Like I'm not going, like it's Oakland, so I'm not going to fault him too much for it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But I'm not about to just praise him. Like what have you done? You know what I'm saying? To warrant
Yeah.
this conversation being the top 10, like how some people were having, and then
Yeah.
like even in the group chat, because I told you Knight don't like Aaron Rodgers, so like they was like comparing him like Aaron Rodgers had a bad week one, then he plays against Detroit, and then he lights it up, and then everybody back on. I'm like, no, Aaron Rodgers earned that right. Like we know what Aaron Rodgers is. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and coming off an MVP season, like, but you want to slice Derek Carr? Like, what has Derek Carr done to earn this love from y'all?
All right. Yeah, that be the favoritism and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I mean, my bad. Small tidbit rant.
Nah.
I was
Perfectly
like,
fine.
I've been meaning to ask you, but we ain't been on Xbox nothing like that. So I was like, well, maybe I can save it for the podcast talk when we get to this game. I just thought it was like real interesting, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, when it comes to stuff like that, it's like people have their favoritisms. The biasness for somebody and then half biasness against somebody. You know what I'm saying? And then
Yeah,
once those stars align, that's when you get that type of shit. You know what I mean?
yeah. I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna keep beating a dead horse. I'm just like, what?
Yeah. Like I don't like Aaron Rodgers either, but like you said, MVP right the reigning MVP. Like niggas that for a reason is
Yeah,
that. But yeah, that like you said, if he was in Oakland, like putting up Matthew Stafford numbers, because Detroit been some trash this last decade. You know what I'm saying?
right. That's what I'm saying.
But
You got to show me something. Like he hasn't
right,
shown me nothing. No offensive player of the years. Like he probably wouldn't even had the 3 Pro Bowl Jones if niggas wasn't going to the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? He probably
right,
got in because he's a replacement. You know what I'm saying? Like
right. Yeah. So when it comes to that type of stuff, Uh, I mean, maybe this is the finally the year that niggas could clinch a playoff spot. You know what I'm
Yeah, I'm
saying?
about to
Like
say,
they
show
did.
me something.
Yeah, they 2-0, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's a long, long season. We'll see how, because they one of these past years they was doing like real good. Then they just lost like 5, 6 straight at the end of
I
the year.
I was just about to bring up that they started off 6-3.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's like when you show me stuff like this, I'm not gonna jump out of the gate. Like I seen it before. Like how we
hmm
always had the conversation like that they used to slice the PPF, whatever, or
Yeah.
PFF. Like,
Pro
oh,
Football
David
Focus.
Anderson is the top rated cornerback in the league. Where is David Anderson now? Where has he been the last couple of years? But
Facts.
you're telling me he's the top rated cornerback in the first 5 games. Like, who cares, bro? Like that stuff
Facts.
changes. Like that's how like I be wondering, like, is this like y'all first time like really watching sports? Like this stuff happens. Like, why are you on the bait hook line and sinker so early? Like, wait till stuff settle down. That's why like I'm always opponent to you gotta show me something like either super spectacular in a year or you gotta show me like solidness over a couple of years so I can like, all right, I can buy into this guy.
Like, yeah, for me, like even when I had my biasness, I'm going off of like what I think niggas is and how I feel like they'll perform, and hopefully niggas just back me up. But
Yeah.
if niggas don't back me up, then I can't keep saying, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like when I was slicing up Herbert and shit before he got drafted, and then the nigga come out breaking all these rookie quarterback records and shit, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's the type of shit where it's like, all right, well now going into this season, I can keep sizing them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then if he keep it up, then next year I could be like, oh yeah, he might fuck around be the MVP. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then that's how that shit. That's how I carry that shit. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's reasonable. That's normal. You know what I'm saying?
uh-huh.
Versus like a nigga having like 2 good games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you
Like
just
niggas super biasness. They'll be like, I Zach Wilson just threw 4 interceptions, but he's still gonna be rookie of the year.
yeah.
Like that's how crazy niggas be sounding and shit. But yeah, you know how that shit is.
I
So
get cold for it every single time. I be like I'm a chill, but like niggas like oh yeah you chilling. What can I do to top it? Got him. I'm a Derek Carr top 10. I'm like what?
yeah, I don't even be in like no more groups and shit like that no more. That shit. It's almost like that's exactly what niggas be saying. Niggas don't even be wanting to like make sense. Niggas just be wanting to rile other niggas up and shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, moving on to the next game, we saw the New Orleans Saints travel to Carolina to play the Panthers and come back down to earth after a week 1 beatdown of the Green Bay Packers. Jameis Winston returned to Jameis Winston form. Couple of interceptions, didn't get the offense going much. Sam Donald and Christian McCaffrey, get him, was able to man this offense and pick up this W 26-7. This is their first time being 2-0 in about 4 or 5 years. Um, how you feel about this game?
And this goes back to the conversation we just had. Like everybody was super high on Jameis. Not sitting on
Hmm.
him. Not saying he ain't gonna be better. You know what I'm saying? Because um, the Saints were hit with the COVID bug. Like a lot of their coaches, I think it was mainly in the offense too, which probably would
Mm-hmm.
have helped Jameis. Could have helped Jameis. You know what I'm saying? They weren't able to attend the game because they were in the protocol. But
All right.
yeah, man, I'm super surprised, man. Like we did our predictions. Never seen Carolina doing this. This is the reason why you play the game, man. A lot of stuff can happen. A lot of stuff unfold, man.
Mm-hmm. Um, definitely shout out to Carolina, man. Sam Donald is looking good. Can't lie. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He's looking like that number 3 pick. Um, it's crazy how different a person can look when they're just surrounded by, I guess, somewhat of, and we'll see because it's still early in the season, but so far surrounded by somewhat of a competent organization. You know what I mean?
yeah. I was like, uh, another conversation to be having. Like certain draft picks might not be like totally suck, a total supplement. They just go to a bad organization. Like, what do you expect this person to do? Especially like they're a
Mm.
quarterback and then go to an organization that they don't have nothing. No disrespect
Mm-hmm.
to like the Giants and like, the Jets and the Browns and stuff like that.
Right, right. Shout out to the Browns who seem to be getting it together. Um, yeah, but the people like Joe Burrow.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of felt like in the midst of like last year's draft, I want to say Tua and Herbert kind of were like the two most blessed QBs in the draft. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because the Chargers were like a borderline playoff team, but because they suffered so many injuries on defense, the season just completely fell from underneath them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that enabled them to be up that high to pick a quarterback. And then when everybody comes back healthy, now you get like this competitive team. Even though they lost against the Cowboys, it's still competitive. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they should have won that game going away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So same thing with the Dolphins. And you always talk about how like well constructed the Dolphins are. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If
And
they were just a team like who just pays their players, they'd be nice. They'd be
right.
nice. It's like certain organizations they just don't value keeping players. So like the
Yeah.
talent they let go is just kind of crazy.
Yeah. So I kind of felt like them two were also potentially it could have been Jordan Love too.
Mm-hmm.
Because he got picked in the first round too, and Green Bay is in the NFC Championship game. So if he was like anywhere ready to go,
Right. Or they would have parted ways with Aaron Rodgers, and this could have
right,
been Jordan Love team.
right. So if he can get himself ready, he'll be another one that have been a part of a blessed situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but these other quarterbacks like Zach Wilson, Trevor Lawrence, where it's just
Yeah, I see they souring on him already. I'm like, man, oh.
like, where you want this guy to go? Like you said, man. Like,
Yeah, man, this is microwave society, man. Either a game or two, you can either be goaded or you can be dog shit.
hmm perfect way to describe it. And what a society we live in. So, moving on. Speaking of Trevor Lawrence, the Broncos and the Jaguars, and another kind of lackluster game. Um, this will see Teddy Bridgewater lead the Broncos to a 23-13 victory over the Jaguars. Not much to say about this game. I want to say like obviously the Broncos got a great defense, but then again it was the Jaguars as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dealing with a rookie quarterback who had like we said, one of them games with multiple turnovers.
Yeah, so this is another one of those games. He had about 3 interceptions. So I think the count is up to like 3 so far. Joe Burrow, Zach Wilson, and then Trevor Lawrence.
Zach had like four.
Yeah,
Yeah, my
yeah,
bad.
4.
Hey,
Yeah,
man, got the high
yeah,
score.
yeah. So these guys clearly was on the phone the night before. Um,
Hold my beer.
yeah. What if all of us just threw multiple interceptions the same day? You know what I'm saying? That'd be crazy, wouldn't it? But yeah, not really too much to say about this game. Move on to the next one. This next game was a thriller, which saw the Minnesota Vikings go out to the desert to take on the Arizona Cardinals. And what came down to the last possible second, the Cardinals eked out a victory with a field goal, 34-33, in a highly entertaining game. Um, Kyler Murray is looking like the playmaker everybody thought he would be. You
So
know,
happy for him.
I was impressed by Kirk Cousins and the Vikings. Kirk Cousins. It's hard to get a read on him, man. You want to put your faith in him, you put it in him. He flames out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't want to put your faith in him, and he comes out and has a game like this, where obviously he lost, but still, you know, making play after play to put his team in position to get a field goal, score a touchdown. Um, this was a highly entertaining game, though. What do you feel about this one?
Yeah, like you said, man. Wow, Kyler had two interceptions, but like both players came out to play, man, leading their
Mm-hmm.
team. A high scoring game, 33-34. And it just sucks, man. I don't know what it is with Minnesota and these kickers, boy. Currently are down the field to a potentially game winning drive, and the kicker just misses the
Yoink.
game winning field goal, man. And
Yoink.
they ain't been right since that, maybe even before that, but that game, that playoff game in Seattle, against
Mm-hmm.
Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Yeah, he missed that point blank range kick in the playoffs where everybody just knew they was about to win.
Right.
And
How you that close and you kick it that wide, bro? Like what?
yeah, that now I've been joking about the mob, I think since I was in middle school. But that play right there,
MOBB.
that play right there, that kind of confirmed my beliefs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
some stuff be unexcusable, bro.
Yeah. And that was like, he got paid for that. There's nothing he could tell me. Like, I don't want to hear shit. What did he say something about the laces and all that?
Yeah,
Or something. I'm
it's
not
like
trying.
like when you that close, it's like the margin of error. Like, come on, it ain't gonna hurt it that much. You know what I'm saying? To be you kick that wide, bro,
You're right, exact. Like missing it, one thing. Like, bro, that nigga kicked that joint to like, come on, bro.
might
Like
be a knuckleball coming out of there or something, but it ain't go that wide, man. Like you said, we don't believe you. You need more people.
facts. Like, bro, you good got shit, bro. But hopefully they get this shit situated. I have a huge negative thought against kickers, so
Yeah.
and this is one of those games. Um, Next up, we had the Atlanta Falcons versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What was a semi-high scoring game, even for the Falcons. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Tampa Bay jumped out early to a big lead. Falcons kind of fought back before Tampa Bay, basically broke it wide open. 48-25. Tom Brady is putting up these numbers, just shy of 300 yards, 5 touchdowns. Matt Ryan isn't a young QB, but he poured in 3 interceptions. So everybody got a little veteran that you need to look up to here and there. You know what I'm saying? So young guys clearly looking up to him this day.
Mm-hmm.
Quick tidbit on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I believe ever since I want to say one of those games last year, I think they said 9 games in a row where they scored at least 30 plus points.
Oof.
This is this is a a scary offense clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, man.
Looking forward to the game of the week this week because they're a part of it. So this should be a nice game when you get to that one. Um, what do you what do you think about this Tampa Bay team, man?
Oh man, scary man. Like how we predicted earlier this year at our prediction show, man. We predicted they was going to be running through. They be
Mm-hmm.
running through, like you said, man. Bringing back all your starters and more cohesion, more time for what I'm saying, Tom to work with the guys, get them more ready. It's scary. You got this type of offense scoring 30 points, and then the defense they got. What I'm saying, they just can somehow fix that secondary.
Mm-hmm.
Good lord.
Yeah, just try to hang in there. There's one of the starting cornerbacks that broke in their arm, remember, in week 1.
Yeah, I think it was Bunting.
Yeah, Murphy Bunting, I think that's his name.
Yeah.
Well, at least that's his 2 last names anyway. But yeah, hopefully you'll come back. These guys are somehow, some way, freakishly healing very fast from these type of injuries. Broken arms would be 6 to 8 weeks, and now broken arms would be like 3 weeks if you're lucky. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Get your
shout
little
out.
Jack's jump, man. Come out that thing.
Hell, Cavs, yeah. Cavs, before they put it on, give you a little deer antler spray or something, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Shout out to Ray
So,
Lewis.
uh-huh. But yeah, definitely look forward to seeing Tampa Bay going forward, man. Unless it's against Seattle. But that's a story for another day. So next we had the Dallas Cowboys taking a trip to SoFi, or what everybody's calling SoFine Stadium, to take on the Los Angeles Chargers. And even though I didn't hop on this, and it happened in a few of these other games, but this one, because we specifically watched this one, other than Justin Herbert having uncharacteristic few turnovers, few interceptions or whatever, which is crazy to say because he's only his second year. But the taunting penalties, man, got a couple of them in this game, and was getting a couple of them throughout all these other games that proved costly. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
How do you feel about the new taunting rule?
I hate it. I hate it. Stuff like this that while it may not seem big at the point where it happens, but that stuff can alter a game though, man. You know what I'm saying? It can extend the drive, it can kill a drive,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just unnecessary. It's like why are y'all doing that? You know what I'm saying? Like the I don't think the fans really mind the stuff, and then they've been like real ticky tacky with it, and I just really don't like it. I just wish they do away with it. You know what I'm saying? It just takes away from the game. Like how you expect somebody who just made a great play and they just pump with all this adrenaline and they let out and you somehow you face the defender or the person you were just going against and bam you hit with a taunting penalty.
Right,
I
right.
don't like it. I don't like it, man.
I don't like it either. And it definitely, I'm not gonna say it cost the Chargers, but it definitely hurt them tremendously. It seems like every time the Chargers scored a touchdown, it was getting called back for something.
Yeah,
That happened about 2, 3 times. Cowboys pick up a much needed win though. You know, recovering from the week 1 loss that they took against at the hands of Tampa Bay. Um, Albeit sloppy. You know, it's not like they were clicking on all cylinders as well. They just happened to make one more play than so I got the field goal. So how do you feel about this game though?
yeah, like you said, it was a very sloppy game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just happy the Cowboys got back to what I said they should be doing, running the ball. Look, Zeke 16 carries for 71 yards. Tony Pollard 13 carries for 109, averaging 8.4. Both of them had a touchdown apiece. It's like that's what I'm saying, man. And then you cut Dak down to 27 throws.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow, you know, with all those carries, managing the clock too.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
cut the game in half. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It was like, yeah, man. This, and like you said, the Chargers should have won this game. Like, it was just too many penalties and stuff going
Mm-hmm.
on. Had like 2 touchdowns called back, and I'm pretty sure like a lot of them penalties when you look back at it. I'm a person I like to live in the moment. Like a lot of people, some people are dismissive and stuff like that, but that stuff kills your drive. You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So
yeah.
like, yeah,
Hanging in the grand scheme of things, considering what kind of division you in, or to lose a game like that is it adds up. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. And
So.
what's not like it look like that division. Well, both divisions gonna be tight. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
the Denver and Raiders off to a 2-0 start, and us and the Chargers both 1-1. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be a tough race, man.
Yeah. So every W is going to be value even more. You know what I mean?
Right, man.
So next, and one of the wildest finishes to the weekend, Tennessee Titans traveled to Seattle to take on the Seahawks, and what was the tale of two halves, as they would say. First half was completely dominated by Seattle, and they went into halftime with a 24-9 lead. And the second half was completely dominated by the Tennessee Titans and forced this game to go to overtime. And they ended up eking out a win against the Seahawks 33-30. Completely had Chris Henry. Rest in peace, Chris Henry. Completely had Derrick Henry under wraps in the first half and completely let him go. I don't even know if saying beast mode is appropriate for what he did in the second half. He had just about 300 total yards in the second half alone to go with a couple of touchdowns, and including a 60-yard boom run where it's like once he breaks through that first line, the D line, nobody else is just there to even of size to even have an effect on him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So obviously, I'm a Seahawks fan. Highly disappointed in this outcome. Um, Another case, like I said earlier, just taking your foot off the gas, going away from what's been working this whole time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, you forced Tannehill to beat you, man, and he couldn't do it the first half. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then you just completely, I don't know, maybe fatigue. I know it was like the play caller wasn't the same, but you completely let Derrick Henry get off, and it cost you. Well, how'd you feel about this game?
I want to say I owe you an apology, because we was in the party. I didn't get to watch it because I didn't have my streaming stuff up, and
Mm-hmm.
you were watching it, and you was voicing your concern.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, I'm like, y'all got it, y'all got it. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking like, based off week one, man, these niggas ain't got no powerful offense to come back. You know what I'm saying? Because he was harping on mixing the extra point, and the extra point cost y'all dearly, man. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? But that would have made him have to go for two. So now you got to score and get a 2 point conversion
Right.
just to go to overtime. You know what I'm
Fact.
saying?
Facts.
So yeah, that would have been like a tough obstacle to overcome. But
Mm.
yeah, it just sucks. I hate, even though I picked Tennessee, I hate for teams to lose like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just unexcusable. And it's going to be a game coming up that we're going to talk about almost similar. You know what I'm saying?
Why I have to give you the apology?
You know what I'm saying? It's like it's unexcusable, man. Like y'all got the lead, y'all got the momentum. Just can't play around with teams. Like no matter what NFL team. And this is like a contender. We think, you know what I'm saying. You can't play around with teams. You got to put them away.
Right. Exactly. Correctly right. Now, if you gotta that conservative shit is out the window. Like you see how in Tampa Bay's game, Falcons started to fight back, so Tampa Bay had to put up 50.
Yeah,
I mean, 40, albeit 48, but still, if you got to go put up 50, go put the 50 up, bro. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like all that trying to run the ball and not making plays and keep kicking it back to, especially when they get to scoring. Like once they start scoring, that's when it's like, all right, y'all niggas got to be aggressive.
yeah.
Tidbit, throughout the game, I don't know, I didn't hear nothing. It's that was Sunday. It's Thursday. I haven't heard no rumblings or anything. But DK Metcalf was getting into it with
Oh, I did hear that.
yeah, initially I thought it was Pete Carroll because when you first see it, that's who he was talking to at first. But apparently the problem may either be stemming with the offensive coordinator or Russell Wilson. And Pete Carroll was there to kind of talk him down. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, I didn't hear anything else since then or whatever, but it bears keeping an eye on. And, I know a lot of people might think I'm joking and stuff when I say this, but we've talking several times over the last season or so. And I've been voicing my like displeasures with Russell Wilson sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it just bears like if anything was to happen, I know you can vouch that you heard that shit here first. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I want to also give you credit too. I want to ask you too, like when we was talking about it earlier, like you were like you were the only person I heard vouching, as far as like regular person vouching for Herbert too. So I will give you your flowers with that too.
Oh yeah, yeah. Appreciate it.
No problem.
That was just watching I just watch a lot of college football and you could tell when niggas be like special and shit. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because he's out there in Oregon all 4 years. No teams around. No all American niggas. Like ain't nobody else from Oregon in the league outside of linemen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he's literally out there by himself making shit happen. So it's like how can a nigga not like this guy? You know
Right.
what I mean? Like, but yeah, definitely appreciate that.
No problem. No problem.
But moving on to our Sunday night game that we had the pleasure of witnessing, another wild finish. We saw the Kansas City Chiefs travel to Baltimore to take on the Ravens, and this was the reverse effect of the Seahawks game. Like how you were telling me not to worry, this was me telling you not to worry because the Chiefs had jumped out to a lead. Lamar threw a couple of interceptions very early on. Chiefs were capitalizing, including the pick six by the Honey Badger. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's looking like it's about to be one of these games,
Yep.
and then the Ravens start to slowly get it together. Methodical drive here and a strike there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And even though I feel like I'm telling you, like, it's nothing to worry about. It's the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then it comes down to, the three and outs or the fumble. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The interception by Pat.
Yeah, the
Unexcusable.
interception. Yeah, tossing the ball up. And because we've seen him make some magical plays so much, he's probably comfortable doing shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Good, bad, or worse.
Right, right. So obviously, it leads to the Ravens, you know, picking up the win when they pick up the lead first, and then they ended up getting the ball back. And gutsy call going forward on that fourth down, but I get it. You know what I'm saying? Chiefs high power offenses is too dangerous to give any chance to. You know what I mean?
Right.
So end up going forward on 4th and 1. Quarterback sneak. Um, big big question. I wouldn't say question mark, but big trust factor in the coach asking Lamar if he wanted to go for it. That was a big deal to me because it shows the level of trust he has in him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
How'd you feel about this game?
Unfortunately, you already know I'm super sad about it.
Yeah.
It was very entertaining. It was a good game. You know what I'm saying? I just wished we'd have came out victorious. But like you said, I was kind of worried. It's like, come on, man. Like these Bama's he's coming back. Like, you know what I'm saying? We gotta keep our foot on these niggas' neck.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see the interception, unexcusable. You know what I'm saying? We could have punted the ball, pinned them down there, make them drive the length of the field. Even if they score, they're gonna waste way more time as opposed to starting at like midfield.
Right.
And time was of the essence of that game. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they don't have enough time to come back. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe they don't drive the field and score. Maybe we can get one of them turnovers that were happening early. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, come on, man. And then setting up for the field goal, and he should have been. I'm not gonna blame him because, like you said, he doesn't have a history of this. But
Mm-hmm.
like when you see, like when people are setting up for a field goal, they're holding that ball like with two hands and
Right.
cradling that jump. You know, so all you're doing is just trying to fall forward for placement, wherever they want, what particular hash they want the ball on, and all that. So like I'm kind of messed up that he fumbled that jump. But yeah, man, this is like even if we ain't like a big run the ball team, but like could have slowed the jump down a little bit, waste some more time, and while still being aggressive trying to score. But like you know what I'm saying. Oh man, it was just so frustrating, man. So
Yeah.
frustrating.
So I have to give you your apologies because you was worried. I wasn't.
Appreciate it. It's all
You
good.
know what
But
I'm saying?
that's how
So
it be though, man. You know your team, man. You know what I'm saying?
facts. So it's a shame that even going forward, like you watching the games and your team could be up damn near 20 points or something like that, and you still got to be on edge. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like versus like you watch like a Tampa Bay and you kind of feel safe. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, but it's a long season, so we'll see. Going forward, how those perspective changes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm about to say the one bright spot is like I don't know if it came from our team or is it just the reporters or maybe the team even heard the reporters like that all the Chiefs going undefeated stuff is dead now. Now
Right, right, right.
hopefully the team gets refocused, you know what I'm saying, get more discipline and we know we can't play around, you know what I'm saying? It's only one bye. You know what I'm saying? We should be
Mm-hmm.
trying to fight to get that back because there's always some team, you know what I'm saying, who jump out like last year. We didn't expect Pittsburgh to be challenging us all the way up until the end, you know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
especially like these people dropping like flies these weeks, first couple of weeks, you want to
Mm-hmm.
get that bag, get people rested. if they got injuries or maybe they can come back, they to buy you a week for somebody to come back, and it just gives you some rest, man. Yeah.
Facts, super facts. So yeah, definitely with the one bye, you don't want to be playing wild card weekend. Opening up extra game,
Right.
extra physicality on your body. You know what I'm saying? Just I don't know. I guess it's still early. We'll see in the next few weeks how things looking,
Hmm.
but just little cause for concerns though.
Yeah.
So last game of week 2, Monday night, 3 days ago, and not really competitive at all. We see the Green Bay Packers versus the Detroit Lions. It started off competitive though. First quarter was pretty competitive. Lions jump out to a lead. Green Bay responds. Think Lions jump out to another lead, and then that was pretty much it. Green Bay trounces the Lions 35-17. Um, Nice recovery for Aaron Rodgers, who was getting a lot of criticism after flaming out completely in the first week against the Saints. And one tidbit from the Lions, you never want to have your quarterback be the leading rusher, but Jared Goff was. Specifically, remember them saying that at the end of the night. And shout out to the Packers for rebounder. What'd you feel about this game?
Oh yeah, it was a pretty interesting game. You know what I'm saying? Happy for Aaron Rodgers, like was one of my favorite players. I'm happy you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to jump out the window, but maybe he's getting back to his regular form.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, some of the criticism was like, all right, come on, bro. Like it's one game. I can see if it was a string of games you want to kill him, but like coming off the MVP season, I want to like just kill him out for one game. It's like kind
Yeah.
of
No,
a little
he got
wild.
a and he was holding out the entire summer.
Right.
No training camp, no preseason
Right, like what do you
drill.
expect? Like,
Yeah.
but like I hear, oh, he did it himself. Yeah, I know he set out because his reasons, but still, like he ain't played. You know what I'm saying? What do you expect? Like, but albeit,
Hmm.
and I just want to give a shout out too to Aaron Jones too, man. Had a
Yeah. Hell of a
great,
game.
great, great game, and I didn't even know that he was dealing with the loss of his father too. So who just
Yeah.
recently passed, and
Did you see the chain?
I didn't see it. I heard about it. Hopefully he was able to recover it. They said
Well,
that
they,
he
they they did find it. Yep, they did
okay.
find it. Yeah. Yeah. He had a chain. For those who didn't know, he had a chain where he had some of his father's ashes in it,
Hmm.
and it's real touching gesture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's real interesting to see how people deal and cope with like the losses of like people super close to them, and
yeah,
that's something like that very unique that I haven't seen before.
yeah. I about to say yeah. I maybe it's like a few times, but yeah, the way he was handled was like super, super great. I remember like one of them years, maybe his rookie year or the second year, that dealt with the passing of I think his pops or something like that, or
Uh,
Dez or something like that. And that was like it was a super emotional game there.
right. Well, I was talking in the sense of like having the chain
Oh, the chain. Okay,
with the ashes in it.
okay.
Yeah. Nah. It's that's something completely different in itself. Like being able to still go out and do your thing, like swiftly after like the loss of a loved
Yeah,
one. I mean, that's I have a different level of respect for people that do that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
That goes back to like the whole Brett Favre thing. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Um,
I about to say I'd be no good, man.
yeah, and I would. It's crazy because I wouldn't even know. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like the Isaiah Thomas with his sister died, and then he comes out and drops what 53.
Hmm.
Like it's almost like that's machine like almost.
Yeah.
Like that's that's crazy. Well, yeah, shout out to all of them. Like you said, Dak, man. Yeah, shout out to them, man. But yeah, that sums up week 2 in the NFL. And whenever you're ready, we can take it to week 3.
I ain't got to wait for it, man. Week 3 starts tonight with
Mm-hmm.
the Panthers versus the Texans. Man, I mean, I guess you know what I'm saying. I'll take this opportunity to get a close look at the 2-0 Panthers. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying, but it's not a sexy matchup if you if I must say.
Yeah, it's not. Hopefully we can see Christian McCaffrey do his thing. Pulling for Sam Donald. Um, Big opportunity though for the Panthers to go 3-0 here.
Yeah,
Like we said, these wins going to matter. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So if you can take care of business now, and you're in the same division as the Buccaneers, you know, they undefeated. You need to keep up with them as much as you can. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Uh,
Sneak one of them wild cards too.
yes.
And once you win the dance, who knows what happens, man?
Matchups happen, injuries, and yeah. And then on the flip side, the Texans 1-1. So we're gonna see what this kid Davis Mills is about.
Yeah, that always presents some good TV. Quarterback new, don't have any tape on him. You don't know what to expect from him.
Mm-hmm.
Could be another star in the making.
Yeah. So, like you said, not sexy, but we gonna watch it.
It's still early on. Still, that love just to watch football is there. So yeah,
Yeah.
there ain't nothing else on TV.
Yeah. Week 7, week 8. Nah.
Right.
Well, yeah.
All right. Next matchup sees the Chargers versus the Kansas City Chiefs.
Already.
Yeah, man. 1 o'clock game. Ooh. Probably if it ain't TV, I probably will definitely need to get the stream popping for this jump, man. Hopefully we can pull this off, man. I know Chargers coming off a sour taste for that loss last week. They probably thought if they were just a little bit more disciplined and maybe the whistle went their way, they could be 2-0 right now.
Mm-hmm.
I know we got sour taste. I'm out for that loss. I think this gonna be a great matchup.
Yeah, sure. Definitely look forward to both teams, man. Well coached and well disciplined this week. Those losses and sloppy losses kind of humble you. At least it should.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Division game, AFC West. So yeah, definitely look forward to seeing this. Definitely. Are we doing the wins and losers or?
Oh, all right. Go back to weekend. Yeah, we can do that. Week 1, who you got?
Oh, you mean from the Panthers and
I mean,
Texans?
first game. Excuse me. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Panthers.
Yeah, let me go Panthers.
Yeah, I'm going. I ain't gonna do too much of the. Yeah, I'm gonna be super selective with my heart over mind picks going forward. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So this game, Chargers, Chiefs.
uh, I'm gonna go Chiefs.
I'm going Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Chiefs.
All right.
If the Chargers would have beat Dallas, I'd have went the Chargers. But I'm gonna go Chiefs.
All right. Next matchup, another Cardinals versus the Jaguars.
Oh yeah, that's Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm going
Hey,
Cardinals,
Cardinals
man.
2-0. Kyler Murray's playing lights out right now. Hopefully he plays lights out to DeAndre Hopkins this week. You know what I mean?
Oh man, I mean, even though we're in the same league, I said I'm thinking about picking up that guy, Rondale Moore, man. But it's like it's so tricky because they got so many receivers,
Mm-hmm.
but he's been picking up a lot of fantasy points though.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna go. I was looking at him. I'm thinking about looking at him again. Like as we
Okay.
talking, I'm getting like crazy alerts about injuries or something like that. So I gotta look into this when we end the pod.
Oh
But
yeah.
I'm going Cardinals.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I have enough receivers, so you ain't gotta worry about me and shit. I need if anything, I need like a running back or something.
Me, I need one too.
Yeah. So other than that, we good. What's
I'm
next?
0-2. I need everything. The next, this should be an interesting matchup.
Okay.
The debut starting Justin Fields versus the Cleveland Browns.
Oh man. Nah, I say I'm gonna be a little bit smarter, but I'm going. Who at home?
Cleveland.
It doesn't even matter. I'm going Chicago, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm going Chicago, man. Justin Fields, man. if he wants to keep this job, like you said earlier, he has to play like it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
This is the right time. Cleveland's coming in banged up. Um, you know, they're probably going to use their running game more. But if they don't, if they still try to throw the ball a bunch of times, then they're not trying to win. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So only thing I'm gonna be concerned about is the Bears defense.
All
Niggas,
right.
niggas got Khalil Mack, but they don't got too much else after that. But I'm going Chicago, man. Justin Fields, man.
Yeah, I'm going Cleveland, man. I think Justin Fields plays great, plays good, but I just don't think it's gonna be enough. I think Baker and the boys put on just enough. The edge just went out, man.
Okay,
Like I said, I think Justin will have a standout performance, man.
okay.
Next game, ooh, this is gonna be a good one, man. One of the ones we talked about we wanted to see. The Washington football team versus the Buffalo Bills.
Mm, I'm a, uh, I'm gonna go Buffalo, man. Um, niggas is defense is lights out right now. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Um, let that game against Pittsburgh get away, but rebounded nicely against Miami. Um, see what they could dial up against Taylor Heineke. Yeah, I'm gonna go Buffalo. What about you?
That's a tough one. But I think I'm gonna go Buffalo.
Okay.
I will be locked in to see how Taylor does against this team. Like, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Like, I'll be a young quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Haven't seen him. Well, he played good in the playoffs. But, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be various tests. And I think there's going to be a nice test for him to see how he fares and plays and see if he can lead his team to this victory. Much needed victory.
Okay.
Next game, Colts at the Titans.
The Colts 0-2, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going Tennessee, man. Colts will be 0-3. Fuck it. After the whooping that they put on us last week, man. Respect, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, one of those old like we beat the Colts. We lost to the Titans, so the Titans should beat the Colts because we beat them and they beat us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All
So,
right.
so what about you?
I am going Titans, man. I think hopefully they can roll with the momentum they picked up last week with the W. Colts, you know what I'm saying, getting more and more banged up. Who knows if Carson Wentz is going to actually play? So I think I'm going Tennessee Titans, man.
Okay, okay.
Ooh, got an interesting matchup here. Got the Saints at the Patriots.
Ooh, okay. That's decent, decent. I'm a, I'm a go. I'm gonna go Patriots, man. I think I trust Bill and Big Mac more than I trust Peyton and Jameis, man. Even with Alvin Kamara, but still, I'm gonna go Patriots. What about you?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Patriots. Like I said, I'm not too sold on Jameis. I think same thing I said last week with the rookie quarterbacks. I think he going to throw some stuff at Jameis and make Jameis, you know what I'm saying, throw them turnovers like he can do. And I think that'll be
Mm,
enough to have the Patriots win.
yeah, that's a good pick right there.
Uh, eh, Falcons at the Giants.
uh, 2-2 teams, I think. I'm gonna go Giants, man. Um, the Falcons haven't been competitive yet this season. The Giants was competitive in both of their losses. So um Daniel Jones plays like he played last week, and the defense can get some stops. The Falcons haven't been. I think the Falcons scored what 13 week one and then 25 last week. Albeit a few of those points came in garbage time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Yeah, I'm gonna go Giants. What about you?
I think this. I think I'm gonna just mix it up here. I'm gonna go Falcons, man.
Okay.
No particular reason. I just want to mix it up.
Yeah. And get to have that with these type of games and shit.
Yeah, pick them. Bengals versus the Steelers.
Man, as much as I want to pick Joe Burrow, man, I'm gonna have to go. Let's see. I want to go Steelers. Eh, yeah, I'm gonna go Steelers. I feel like even man, fuck it. I'm gonna go Bengals, man. Fuck it. Joe Burrow had the 3 interceptions last week, man. He ain't gonna do that again. Um, Divisional game, so it got the potential to be close, and I can see Joe Burrow making one or two more plays than Big Ben. You know, especially how he been slumming lately. I'm going Bengals, man.
I was gonna go Bengals until you just went them. So I'll go Steelers, man. I think
Alright.
maybe that defense could get some nice pressure on Joe Burrow. Maybe not three interceptions. Maybe they get one costly one.
All right. All
I
right.
think Najee Harris maybe he can be more effective this week and help the team eke out a win. Next matchup: Ravens at the Lions.
Ravens. Um, and I don't even have to make an excuse as to why they're going to beat the Lions. Just the Lions just don't have enough talent. What about you?
Yeah, I'm going Ravens, man. I think that spark is what Lamar needed. Maybe this, you know what I'm saying, propels him through the rest of the season. But I
Hmm.
think it definitely will get him through this game, and I think they're going to steamroll the Detroit Lions.
Correct.
Uh, the Jets at the Broncos.
Oh yeah, Broncos. They think they're 2-0. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Teddy Bridgewater, safe bet at quarterback. Defense getting pressure on QBs, forcing them to play way worse than they are, and Lord knows what that's going to be. Considering Zach Wilson is already looking bad, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I'm going with the Broncos, man.
Yeah, I'm going with the Broncos. Team I was like high on early on. Like you said, as the Jets. This is why I said, man, you got to win these games, man. Like they
Hmm.
wanted against a team 3-0. Yeah,
Yeah,
man. I think they about to. I think they should. If everything goes right, they should pick up this victory and go to 3-0.
yeah.
Next game, Miami Dolphins at the Las Vegas Raiders.
I'm gonna go Raiders. Two is gonna be out. Jacoby Brissett. I like Jacoby, but I feel like Raiders got some momentum going right now. Another 2-0 team trying to be 3-0. I feel like they play some good defense. They seem to always find a way to make a couple of more plays to whoever they're playing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go with the Raiders on this one.
Ah, I think I might have to go with the Raiders too, man.
Yeah.
But I'm still gonna be watching this. Watching this game and see what Derek Carr does.
Hmm.
Like I said, it's like that's how I am. So I'm gonna have a microscope on Derek Carr for the rest of this year and
Okay.
going forward. I'm gonna be watching. You know, I ain't gonna be too critical, but I'm gonna be watching them
Okay.
and just see how they play. Like I said, I always kind of say how I feel about this Dolphins defense. I think it's a pretty good defense, but if
Hmm.
the offense can't do nothing, that's gonna hurt the defense too. So
Facts.
we'll see how it plays. That's some weapons in that secondary he could be throwing against. And if he ain't too careful, them things gonna be getting picked off. But like I said, I'll be watching it. Ooh, this is a good matchup right here, Abe.
Hmm.
The
Oh.
Buccaneers versus the Rams.
Oh, okay. Yes. This is the America's game of the week that I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, when you said I don't know who them niggas play.
So yeah, man, I ain't gonna start the Rams defense this week either.
TV definitely gotta be locked into this one.
Yeah, well, this is the 4:30 start, don't man, 2-0 versus 2-0, but he came bet against Tom, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know I'll probably end up doing it eventually this season, but think Tampa Bay gonna eke out the win here, man.
Hmm. I think I'm gonna use my bet against Tom thing. So
Okay.
I ain't got to do it no more the rest of the year. I think,
Get
man,
out of the way.
yeah, man, I'm just, I want to see how this offense fares against this defense. Yeah, I won't be surprised if Tom and them does Tom things
Mm-hmm.
and put up another 35, 40 burger or something against these guys. But it's gonna be interesting. Like they trying to hype up this high powered offense, new offense, Matthew Stafford led offense of the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to see it. But I'm gonna go Rams just for the hell of it.
Okay. Okay. That should be a great game, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely look forward to that. America's game of the week.
Yeah. This should be another great game, man. Seahawks at the Vikings.
Obviously, I'm gonna go Seahawks.
This
Um,
sucks. This sucks. This both on the same time as the Buccaneers game. You got me.
yeah, so I'm gonna have to definitely have to stream up on this one. Um, must win for the Seahawks, man. I know it's week 3, but can't do 1 and 2. Not in this division. Not not already. Depending on who the fuck else we play, for the rest of the season. You know what I mean?
hmm
So must win. I feel like for the Seahawks should have won last week, but definitely need to go 2-1. Especially if the Rams do fuck around and beat the Bucks and they go to 3-0. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Cardinals get their little W or something like that. You don't want to start going in the opposite direction and shit while everybody else just keep trending up. You know what I mean?
Right.
Other than that, need the defense to step up for a full 60 minutes, not just the first half. And we could do that. I think we in good shape.
Yeah, right there with you. I would go Seahawks, man. Well, it could be interesting. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That Vikings team, like they got a decent offense on them.
Facts.
Like I think this is gonna be like one of them high scoring games, man. Like 30 burgers, 30 burgers both sides, man. Like how we had last week
Mm-hmm.
with the Vikings and Cardinals.
Right. Okay.
Another old school matchup, which would have been like America's game of the week a couple years ago. The Packers versus the 49ers. So like one of them old
Mm,
school NFC matchups, man.
yeah. Old school, new school rivalries. This is
Brett Favre, Steve Young,
the.
Aaron Rodgers,
the
Kaepernick.
I'm gonna say this was the NFC Championship game a few years ago. Actually, a couple years ago, the year that y'all beat the 49ers in the Super Bowl. They played the Packers in the NFC Championship game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so um if the 49ers running backs were healthy, I pick San Fran because they just for some reason seem to consistently be able to run all over Green Bay like it's no tomorrow. But since all 3 of their running backs are hurt, and we don't know who the hell is going to be taking carries this week, I'm gonna go Packers. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like it's a safe bet. Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, Aaron Jones. Hopefully the defense does enough to get some stops, force Jimmy G into some turnovers. Not too many though, because then they don't need to see Trey Lance, because then that's going to present some other type of problems. I feel like.
Hey, we need Trey, baby. We need Trey.
Yeah. So yes, Mickens probably was saving them. That's why he didn't play last week. Probably saving them for this Jonas. Wildcats and all that shit. Well, yeah, I'm gonna go Green Bay. What about you?
Yeah, but go Green Bay, man. Hopefully, see Aaron Rodgers progress, keep getting better, more acclimated with the offense, more just used to playing football again.
Right.
And hopefully he continues, have a good game or whatever. I know like a lot of people is waiting for him to have another off game like this. So it's just the Lions. And people say this is a pretty good 49ers defense.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
looking at that closely, but I'm definitely picking the Packers.
Okay.
That's the Sunday night game. So
Mm-hmm.
moving on to the Monday night game.
Mm-hmm.
NFC East. Philadelphia Eagles go to the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay. Nice divisional matchup Monday night.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Whew, can't believe this, but I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Cowboys, man. Um, I love Jalen Hurts, but after watching them niggas just put up 11 points, it was an odd number in itself against the 49ers. I feel like the Cowboys are slightly better constructed than them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Gonna do a lot of the same things that San Fran just did, like gashing them with the run. Obviously Dak, I feel like it's better than Jimmy G at this stage in his career. And I'm gonna go with the Cowboys. Only thing that has me kind of worried is I did see they say Amari Cooper is questionable to play. So if he doesn't play, then kind of would still be a little concerned. But I'm gonna go with the Cowboys though.
Uh, I think I'm gonna go with the Cowboys too. But I kind of want to go with the Eagles, but they just lost their pass rusher Brandon Graham, probably done for the year.
Right.
Both teams you alluded to dealing with injuries, but I think Cowboys. And like, granted, Amari Cooper, while he is a great receiver, hopefully, you know what I'm saying, if he's out, that'll get Tim to doing what they should be doing, running that rock.
All right. All
You
right.
know what I'm saying? With two of your top three receivers hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because Gallup is still down, then
Mm-hmm.
Amari will be down. But yeah, I think I'll go. This is gonna be a crazy game. It's always a crazy game watching Cowboys Eagles play, man.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. This should be an interesting Monday night. Whether it be good football or not, but I'm gonna go Cowboys.
Yeah. So we're both in the grants on there. We agree a lot this week, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then even on the ones that we kind of just, you know, wanted to be different. Those are bullshit games anyway.
Right.
So this shit don't matter for real. But speaking of crazy matchups, we also have been a battle rap this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Summer Madness. What is this? 11?
Think so.
Yeah, Summer Madness 11. URL caffeine. Um, this is the WrestleMania of battle raps. This is the Super Bowl of battle rap. You know what I mean? This is the I'm not gonna say Olympics. That's kind of got good cause. But yeah, this is that. You should get it by now. The NBA Finals of battle rap.
The creme de la creme.
Yeah. We have a nice card, and we're not going to do the undercard that happens like probably tomorrow or something like that. I mean, not today, but yeah, tomorrow or Saturday or something like that. Hold on, when is Summer Madness? Summer Madness is the 25th, so
Should be a Saturday, right?
that is Saturday, correct? Um, hold on, I don't know. Let's Yeah, Saturday, correct. Yeah, so the undercard might be tomorrow or something like that, but we're not gonna get into that. We're just gonna get into this card. So first up, we don't know if this is going to be the card order. This is just how it looks on the flyer. We have Arsenal versus Lou Castro. Who do you got and why?
I got Arsenal, man. Luke Castro is cool. I just don't think he's ready to take that step yet. Now, I'm surprised he's got this plate, but it's like, I guess, you know what I'm saying, when you break it down with some of the managers, you want big names on there. So they probably want Ars on there, but Ars is one of those battle tested vets. Hats off to him who actually comes outside. Like, who else can be that's an Astro Arsenal battle. So
Right.
he's probably getting this look probably more than he's ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully he's ready for it. Big dog. Big dog. Big dog.
Mm-hmm. Hey, big dog. I'm going with Lou. I'm going with Lou, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck Arsenal, man. You know what I'm saying? Nah,
Okay.
I'm going with Lou though. Like, Arsenal, probably he is slightly probably not ready for this plate, but hey, man, that's what make diamonds, man. You put that pressure on.
I'm happy he got it though. I will say that I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
I want to
right,
see, you know, I'm a person, I want to see the new faces get these
mm,
opportunities and stuff.
right. For me, he just doesn't have to get 3-0. If he doesn't get like 3-0 or he doesn't get like bodied, it's a win for him. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I feel like Luke Castro was a star in the making, man. Um, got the aura, got the delivery, bars be fire. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I hope this. With summer madness, you've been preparing. You gotta step it up. Hopefully, he continue to take those strides, and this would be the perfect opportunity to cash in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can propel your brand this way, like you said. Like a lot of these somewhat newer cats, you know what I'm saying, it's an ongoing joke in the community. They call them COVID babies, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
So I don't know if like a lot of these people have seen these big venues, let alone a live stage and stuff, you know what I'm saying?
right,
A live URL stage, I should say, you know what I'm saying?
right. And you're getting it against one of the most disrespectful,
Electrifying.
yeah, artists on that stage. So
And they gonna be hanging on like these guys who the veterans, they gonna be hanging on these words. 'Cause like I said, this is like probably the second live event since COVID. And this will be the
facts,
biggest crowd since COVID.
facts, facts. And it's summer madness. So
Mm-hmm.
they even got his own hype to it and shit. So next we have Easy the Block Captain versus Chess. Who you got?
This is a tough one right here, man. But I think if chess will win. I think, in my opinion, chess is just
How big is the F?
it's probably not as big as normally. He's chess been having some solid outings. Like he just went against like Kid Chaos and somebody else where he
Mm-hmm.
didn't, you know what I'm saying, choke and
Right,
stumble and stuff like that. So I'm more so trusting him of him right now. So like if he doesn't mess it up, he's gonna get it good. But this is gonna be one of them ones. This could be a potential match of the night. You know what I'm saying? As easy as is not no slouch.
right,
Me picking chess is not a shot at easy.
right,
But like just me, your style preference when this close to style preference and just the wittiness, the bars, the cleverness of chess. I think he'll edge it, but easy, like he says the slogan, he talked different. So
right.
he's gonna talk that talk, and it's gonna be a matchup.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Chess too. I like his style and his delivery. And like you said, lately he hasn't been like, you know, on that type of shit, that silly shit.
Mm-hmm.
So if he is prepared, comes out firing, I'm going with Chess as well. But like you said, no slight to block capping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's another new. He's been around for a while, but he went to jail, so you know what I'm saying. He's coming up with a newer class than he should be. I think he's one of the ones who haven't really seen the big crowd. So, but I think he's well prepared. I don't think it should be a problem with him.
Right, right. And so going forward, the remaining battles, all these guys are nowhere near strangers to the big stage.
Is one more?
Is it? I might have got added because it's not on this card that I'm looking
Nah,
at.
it been there. The what's the name, John?
What's that?
The Ultimate Finals, Ultimate Madness, John.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. See, yeah, so I would have did that one first and shit. So that is real name Brandon
Mm-hmm.
versus MVP. Who you got?
Ah man, I've been kind of betting against this guy MVP, but I'm gonna continue. I'm going real name Brandon, man.
Yeah,
Like
I
he
got
was
him
like one of
too.
the favorites to win it before. You know what I'm saying? To even happen. I figured it would probably be either she have his real name Brandon or like unpopular opinion next.
Right.
So
Who
real name Brandon is a real deal,
who
man.
who everybody thought the machine was behind, and it was a conspiracy to keep him going.
You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, I'm going real name Brandon too. I like MVP though, so it should be.
Yeah, I do. I do like MVP
Yeah, it should be a great battle. Plenty of time to prepare.
for the 25.
25K, and if you can tough it out on this summer madness, you're probably going to be in future ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do they get a 25K and I think it's a stipulation. If not, you'll have that bragging right to maybe get a bigger plate. But I think they get to kind of pick a veteran they want too.
Oh, okay, even better. So yeah, got it even perfect. whoever loses this battle, as long as you don't get bodied, I feel like you'll be okay too. You're just not gonna get
Yeah,
the bread. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
you're raising your stock.
Yeah, man, that's almost as important. It's not as important as winning because winning, you all that shit come with it.
Trump's off.
Yeah, facts. But if you go and take a L, at least make it debatable or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So yeah, good call on reminding me for that because the card I'm looking at is not on there. So I'd have
No
definitely
problem.
definitely would have forgot. Now going forward, all the rest of these battles, these people are no strangers to the stage. Different time periods. All of these people have been called the face of battle rap in some form or fashion.
Hmm.
So kicking off to this side of the card, we have K Shine versus Hollow. The Who you got?
I got K Shine, man. Hopefully, because we haven't seen K Shine for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say we haven't seen him since the loss to
Chilla.
Chilla, right?
All right.
And
What?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But other than that, like, I'm not gonna kill him for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just hoping he's still sharp. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like, I don't even think K Shine need to be K Shine sharp to take on Hollow. Ewald Hollow is a legend, veteran. Hollow just hasn't been impressive to me in his last couple outings. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. Right.
He's like taking that approach that he's like a legendary figure. He make money off this Joan. He ain't struggling.
Whatever,
You know what I'm
whatever,
saying?
whatever he say is should just be held in the highest regard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not really feeling it. I'm going K Shine.
I'm going K Shine too, man. Anybody knows me know that growing up, that mob was my crew, man. You know what I'm saying? And he was one of the big reasons why. So I've been kind of, on his side since then, unless it was certain matchups, you know what I mean?
Okay.
But yeah, I'm not gonna change up here, man. I'm going K Shine, man. So next we have, which is getting way more attention than I thought it would get, because I didn't think, to be garnering match of the night perceptions, but Geechee Gotti versus Calico. um, and one of the past faces of battle rap against the what almost everybody thinks is this era's face of battle rap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Geechee Gotti. Who you got?
Man. I don't know why people thought this going to be matching tonight. This is going to get ugly.
Think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think if you ain't being biased, Geechee's going 30 this guy.
I
I
have
think Geechee's going 30 him.
I have Geechee winning, but I didn't. When it comes to like these type of matchups, since I do respect the other niggas, I don't be saying like 30 or 2-1 and shit. Um,
Respect.
yeah,
I
but
think.
Geechee, I do think Geechee's going to convincingly, if that makes it better,
I
win
mean, you
this.
can think whatever you want. I ain't trying to hold you to nothing, but
Yeah.
I just think this is gonna be a 30, man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Or
Um.
gentleman's 30, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. I don't know. I'm not really big on Cal, man. Especially like uh, lately. You know what I'm saying? Like these veterans.
All right. All right.
Mm,
Yeah, I got Geechee too, man. I am a Cal fan, but I just feel like how he raps, I feel like that's not going to be enough
right.
unless he completely like surprises niggas.
And Diamonds are then they that's long in the tooth. Diamonds not about to reinvent themselves. You know what I'm saying? They get bags regardless. They ain't even gotta
Yeah,
have 3 rounds. They can get a bag. You think they niggas about to
yeah,
reinvent themselves?
that's facts. So, which will bring us to our two main events of the night. The first co-main event is highly anticipated return of Tsunami Surf. And he's taking on John the Don. Surf is the master of selling these fights. Um, who you got in this one?
I got John.
Okay.
Like just keep it on all the consistency. Like John, like while he's not like one of my favorites, neither one of these guys none of my favorites.
Right.
But like I said, it's something to say about John. John's been like pretty consistent, and like he like while he might not win, but like it's like that debatable John. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if I really seen him lose. You know what I'm saying? It could be
Right.
debatable. You know what I'm saying? I definitely ain't seen him get washed.
Right.
So yeah, and like we said, like the last couple outings for Sue Surf doesn't make me buy into him, even though I know he's gonna have all the gas in the world. So this is gonna be a big uphill battle for John.
But he's built for it, I feel like.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And closing, I would say like Sue Surf hasn't been on point, and then more of the same antics in the face off between these two
Correct.
doesn't and reinforce me that oh yeah, Surf is taking it serious. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
He takes that role of like sunning people, and I don't have to battle you. I ain't even want to battle you. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see, man.
Facts. I'm also going John Don. He's been one of my favorites. Probably since like Summer Madness 2 when he battled Hitman. I think that was 2. But if not, whatever Summer Madness that was, yeah, John is like you said, super consistent. You know what you're gonna get with him. Um, bunch of if not wins, then a bunch of debatables, like you said. Surf, I used to be super high on Surf, but these last couple of years, it's like he's just been engulfed by the antics. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I get it. You know, it's probably making him a shit load of money, and that's what the number one priority is. But from a fan's perspective, you know, we not making money off of it, so we looking at it differently. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So whatever's working for him, no problem with it. But I'm going John off the strength of like we know what we gonna get with him.
yeah. Thank goodness these Johnson's free. Cause like,
Mm-hmm.
could you imagine? You know what I'm saying? Between like him, Twerk, and a few others. You know what I'm saying? Imagine like, cause these pay per views were like what $50 or whatever.
Right,
So imagine you paying your money, and then that's the main event. And then you get like some subpar performances on the undercards, whatever. That.
right.
Imagine paying for that, young. Like,
Niggas choking. Oh,
yeah,
Jersey.
right.
No.
Nah, you get your ass back on the stage. Remember this shit. I need
Right.
my $50 worth, Slim.
Hmm. Which would bring us to the main event of Summer Madness. Allegedly a grudge match. I don't know how. But this is supposed to happen way back in '05, I think, maybe '06. '07 at the latest, but this is 2021, so you get the point. Um, Reed Dollars versus Murder Mook. Who you got?
I want Reed to win, so I'm going Reed. Like another like, I'm just not a Mook fan. Not really. I don't like all the cocky shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to these people, you know what I'm saying? I don't like it. I mean, it can be cool when done right, but I don't think they do it right.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm hoping Reed wins, man.
Okay. I'm going Mook, man. Um, like I said earlier about K Shine, man. Growing up, big Dot Mob fan. You know, watch Mook from like since then to now. I'm not a big fan of like his attitude and the cockiness and shit either. But as far as like him rapping, still a big fan of his rapping. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and off the strength of like, I can't even tell you the last time I even heard like Reed rap or anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's been like slightly recent. Like he got a good win over Rum Nitty.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
not too. Well, it was a long time ago. Not a long time ago, but like in today's microwave society, maybe like last year or something, year ago.
okay. Well, that's recent
Yeah.
enough. Yeah, yeah. I didn't even know. Um, but yeah, looking forward to them finally settling this long-awaited, you know, problem. A tidbit though, I do feel like Mook does go above and beyond when it comes to like promote, like the same way Surf do.
Right. Yeah, I get
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
he does go like above and beyond, and at least he somewhat backs his up. Like you're not going. One thing about Mook is you're not going to see Mook choke or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just that 2-on-2 stuff. I don't hold that against him. Nobody lie.
Yeah, right, right. Especially when it's somebody that he ain't normally pairing up with. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? If it was like T Rex or somebody, that would be one thing. But
Yeah.
you know, Calico, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah. But when it comes to like performance wise, solo wise, you know, Mook ain't gonna choke. Hopefully we ain't jinxing them. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Mook, man. But definitely look forward to this whole card though.
Yeah, this should be a fire card. I'm glad they infused some of the younger talent into it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wow, you know what I'm saying? They have a whole bunch of legends at the tail end of it. To me, you know what I'm saying? It's just in my opinion, it wasn't that appealing, but I definitely was gonna watch.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm more so in tune to be a little bit more excited for it now. We got more matchups.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, and some younger guys in it too. Because I think at first it was on like what, maybe like 4 or 5 matchups.
Yeah, I think four initially.
Yeah, 4. Yeah, so yeah, that was gonna be like a short pay per view
All right.
or
I
caffeine
see.
stream.
Right. Oh, unless they just had a bunch of, you know, it's Summer Madness. They probably gonna have a bunch of annex and shit anyway,
Yeah,
making niggas wait half hours between the battles and shit.
yeah, that would have been fun.
Yeah. So, you know, caffeine probably don't like that shit. Like I think you said that a while ago. Ever since they've been on caffeine, it's like they ain't been really bullshitting around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So hopefully it's just all about getting the content out there.
hopefully they do some more face offs. I know they had older face offs that they was filming. They filmed maybe like a couple weeks out.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, man. I like the face offs like right before, the night
Eh,
before. So
eh,
hopefully they do, but they probably won't though. Because I think everybody had face offs.
okay. Well, we'll see between tonight and then tomorrow night. Hopefully, you know, it's a little something, something.
Yeah.
Um, so I think we covered everything that we set out to cover today. You know, you want to get into these what the fuck facts?
Yeah, man.
All right, definitely was a sweet podcast.
Super long. But it was good though, man. I loved every minute of it.
Yeah. So my don't, you know, we do a lot of nature, and then I like to dip into the universe here and there. So this is another one of them universe type jumps. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know how like we are accustomed to living like this life that we live, and you know it's 24 hours in a day and all that type of shit,
Mm-hmm.
based on like the rotation of the Earth. So I just did like some slight little research, random planet, and just to see how shit was different on like, you know, different planets and shit like that. So I came across this nice little tidbit that on the planet Venus, and this is the what the fuck fact, you know, for today. The planet Venus, a day lasts for 5,832 hours.
Wow. What the fuck?
Yeah. Can you imagine working a shift on Venus?
No. No.
Hey, damn, bro, how long you been at work? Shit, 4,000 hours so far.
Right.
Yep. It takes like it rotates. You know how the Earth just rotates around the sun?
Mm-hmm.
Venus, it takes 5,000, almost 6,000 hours to fully rotate around the sun. That's crazy, yo.
That's super crazy.
Yeah. So a small tidbit without going into super details is that you know the planet Pluto.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since scientists have discovered the planet Pluto, I think they said it was in 19, it was either 1910 or 1930, excuse me. Ever since they discovered the planet Pluto, it's never revolved around the sun, not even one time. That's how slow its orbit is.
That's crazy.
They said by the projections, it'll have fully orbited around the sun around the year of 2185.
Wow. I gotta look into that. That's like, even though like I love nature and stuff like that, science and Joe,
Mm-hmm.
that's probably like the least subject I probably ever like watch YouTube videos study in that space. I don't know too much about space. That's crazy.
Yeah. When I was a when I was younger, my mom used to buy me these little Mickey Mouse books, but he used to be like diving into like different little cultures and shit. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
not different cultures, but different little topics and shit. And one book was about space or whatever. So that kind of got me into like astrology and all that. Now I don't believe in like zodiac signs and all that shit. But
Okay.
but that kind of got me into like the stars and the moon and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when we start doing these Jones, I'm like, we love nature and shit. But in the back of my
Mm-hmm.
mind, I love that space shit too. So that's why I like to dig into that area here and there too and shit.
Sure. Yeah. I need to get some of that in my algorithm on YouTube, man.
Yeah, you'd be surprised at how much wild shit is like. Now I be saying why niggas be trying to get to space and all that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my what the fuck fact for today.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff, man.
I appreciate you, sir.
I think I'm get me get my A's bag for a little while. I'm getting my teddy bag a little while. I think it just came to me. You know what I'm saying? Like the way to set it up. And you mentioned the universe, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's funny how the universe works, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was I just added on. That was a lay I just added on. You know, so that's freestyle. That's on top of the dome. But what I
Okay.
came up with, right? Do you know
Okay.
what today is? Today is an iconic day in sports.
Is it?
It is.
Okay. Okay.
Today is the day that Drew Bledsoe got knocked out of the game and birthed the career of Tom Brady.
Oh, okay.
But that isn't my what the fuck fact though.
Okay. And that was a
Just
long time ago though.
yeah. So you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's funny how the universe works, right? A small little thing like that can just change the course of history. So this is one I didn't know too much about.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that Miami Heat team?
Which one?
Dwayne Wade and Shaq championship?
Okay.
What if I tell you that almost didn't happen? And this is how it happened. It was a free agent or upcoming free agent by the name of Anthony Carter. You know what I'm saying? That's like a mid-level point guard, probably lower end. You know what I'm saying? He had a player option
Mm-hmm.
for four million. He wasn't gonna get that money nowhere else. So it was a no-brainer he was gonna take this player option to get 4 million from the Heat.
Mm-hmm.
But conveniently, this kind of delve into the conspiracy talk. He told his agent to pick up the option. The agent never did it. And that's where the conspiracy come in. Because some people might think it might have been some cohesion with the team and the agent.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a free agent. That saves the Miami Heat 4 million. Because they wanted to pick up a star. And that star was Lamar Odom. And you know how that worked. It didn't really work too well in Miami with
Mm-hmm.
Lamar Odom. So you remember that trade? They traded him for Shaq.
All right.
You know how that went. Rings for Miami Heat, 2 rings for the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
And just imagine how history would have went down if that agent would have filed the paperwork to pick up that player option.
Yeah, the agent probably definitely took him under the table money. He
He definitely did. And
yeah. Niggas probably paid him the 4 million whole too.
I was about to say, it's an interview that um I know like we think that, you know what I'm saying, Anthony Carter might have got the worst end of the deal.
Mm-hmm.
But he on an interview said he was still getting paid from that mishap all the way up until last year. So he don't sound like he's too mad about it. You know what I'm saying? The Lakers get 2 championships, the Heat get a championship. And also that, you know what I'm saying, lured LeBron to come down there too. So
right. Because
so many dominoes could have fall if that didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Like what would the history have been like? NBA history would have been like if that
so did
blunder didn't
so,
happen.
so did they let Cuz get a ring?
Nah. He
Uh,
ain't get a ring.
oh yeah, I mean, we're still getting paid up until last year. I guess that's the next best thing, I
Yeah,
guess.
they ain't say amount, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's all right, yeah. You know what I'm saying? We gonna pay you under the table and shit like that. Just don't opt into
Yeah.
that, don't Slim. Yeah, yeah, that's fine right there.
Appreciate. I was like, that's crazy.
mm-hmm. Yeah, it's wild. And good old, guess like you said, they'll work out for both teams.
Mm-hmm. uh-huh. Cause like, how do you look at people like, you know what I'm saying? Like we pride or people pride D Wade to getting that ring before LeBron. Do we
Mm-hmm.
still look at D Wade the same way if he doesn't get the ring? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, probably not.
I mean, like he'll still be respected, but like, you know what I'm saying, that ring before like gave him like, oh yeah, he did it without LeBron. He ain't need a super team. Or you know what I'm saying? Even though he had a solid team, the
Mm-hmm.
quote unquote super team. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I don't know if you seen. I was watching this little on NBA TV. They had like this little interview. John Kevin Garnett was interviewing Dwayne Wade or whatever, and he was saying that when it came to like LeBron and them joining Miami, he was saying that a week before they decided to go like to Miami, that him and LeBron was thinking about going to Chicago or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, but he was like, because Derrick Rose was ball dominant, they felt like it wasn't going to work and shit.
Okay. And that's another thing I was remember. I didn't even know about Dwayne Wade was going there, but I knew LeBron was thinking about going to Chicago too. That's why I was like,
Yeah, they
maybe that
said,
ring lured him down there more. You know what
huh.
I'm saying? Yeah, then like
But
that's a good aspect with
what?
the D Rose on too.
Yeah, because he was saying like, well, at least D Wade was saying like LeBron when he called LeBron, he said LeBron called him and shit and was telling him that he was thinking about going to Chicago and he should come with him or whatever. And then he was questioning like, well, how would that work with Derrick Rose? Because it's like, my player. He's like, I kind of need the ball. You know what I'm saying? And then LeBron was like, yeah, me too. But it's gonna come down to like D Rose willing to like get a ball up. And I don't think they checked in with him because I'm quite sure if they would have checked in with him, he probably would have been with the shits. You know what I'm
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, most
saying?
likely.
And then he was like, well, what if he's like, what if I come to Miami and then we just sit down and try to find a big man or whatever. And then he was like, yeah, we could do that because at first they was trying to get Wichicom to go to Miami. Amari Stoudemire. That's what Dwayne.
Okay.
That's what Dwayne Wade was saying and shit. And then like they were saying when they tried to have like a little meeting with him, he was like in the meeting being all like arrogant and cocky or whatever. So they was like they felt like it wasn't going to work, and they needed somebody more like that was going to be more team oriented.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like they called Bosh up and like invited the nigga out to dinner and shit like that. And then LeBron was like telling him the plan or whatever. And it was like Boss was like, in shock or whatever. Like, hold on, y'all want to play like together? You know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah. And he like, as soon as he said like all on the same team, all three of us. He's like, yeah. He's like, oh yeah, I'm with it. Whatever y'all need me to do, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? And then that's how that shit came together. A little shit like them little stories do be sweet like that and shit.
Yeah. Definitely need more of that stuff, man. Quick
Uh-huh.
question.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know how the folklore goes. It was alleged that Carmelo Anthony was supposed to be a part of the talks too. Did he touch on that?
Uh-uh. Nah, that he did say like that was like later on though. Like that was like a couple of years after they had already got together. Like
Oh, okay. I thought.
this was
Okay.
this was around the time when LeBron was about to leave to go back to Cleveland and shit. that's when he was saying like them niggas had like I forgot his terminology, but basically them niggas had low self esteem and shit. You know what I'm saying? After the Spurs had like whooped them and shit.
Okay, okay.
Yes, he's like for some reason, niggas' mindsets wasn't right or whatever. Even though we had just beat the Spurs, it's like when they beat us, they kind of beat the will out of us. Something he was saying and shit.
I gotta go back and watch this show.
Yeah, and because he was because like I said, KG was the one interviewing him and shit. So of course they was touching on like the Celtics and all of that, and he was like, just like, yeah, we just talk about like bringing in Melo and this and that, but it's like LeBron, he kind of had his own little mission, and he wanted to go back home and do what we was doing. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I told him, like, you know, do what you got to do, bro. It's all love. We already won a couple of championships and whatnot. Yeah, nice little Jonas shit.
Yeah, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for sharing that. That's good stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll be catching them little Jones on NBA TV here and there and shit. But yeah, that's it. But that's it. I ain't mean to get long winded for the pod.
Yeah, this joint already crazy long. This gotta be the longest one, right?
Yeah, it's probably almost 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess going forward we could probably we might could separate the football from the rest of it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then
Yeah, but it was just like I don't know. We had so much actually to talk about. We could have had a regular podcast this week
that's
with
facts.
the whole current still and all that stuff, and then with the Summer Madness too, which don't really happen too often.
Oh yeah, that's facts too. Yeah, so I guess we'll just going forward. We'll just keep an eye out and shit. But we've been getting. I don't know if you've been seeing, but we've been getting steady, like rise in views on the tube and shit.
Yeah, I see on your channel.
Yeah. So that's niggas fucking with it. They just gonna fuck with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I guess we can end it right here. There's been another Head for the Hills podcast, and we out.
Bye.